Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
An ill wind carries me.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wounded to my heart.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Elemental gold.
'Tis mine.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Illusion. Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'll take your tribute. I was meant.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
For my master.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Double kill.
Radiant are scattered. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Harbinger of bad news for anti-mage.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Such sorcery shall not prevail.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Monster kill!
I'll do better next time.
Sorceries.
Don't be mad. Gotcha. This'll come in handy.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Oh, this is too shouted dark.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Win this, they are guaranteed going to the major. If Quincy Crew can win this, well, things get quite interesting. Quite interesting.
I do want to make a bit of an early prediction, just looking at what Ice has been spamming in his pubs. So he talked about the Alchemist, Shannon.
Yes.
Maybe they
Oh.
don't have to fourth pick it if they run it offlane. Maybe that's the bait and switch. So I was thinking like Quincy, maybe they do the bait and switch with the Spirit. I totally agree with you. I think if you don't do that in the first game, then there's a much higher likelihood that the second game that's going to happen. Because, okay, we can't beat EG with like our normal style. Let's switch it up. Like maybe normal Dota just works against them. Like they're not refined enough to beat us. That's fine. Win the series like that. Game 2, that might happen. But what if EG does it? What if they pick this Alchemist that you think, okay, they just ran 2 Alchemist drafts in a row. Boom, it's an offlane. All of a sudden you've Alch and then like Medusa carry or something like that. I mean, that's a little greedy,
Right.
but you could do some crazy shit with an Alch offlane. Get some like good Ags heroes.
Hey, I would love to. I mean, do people actually just go for the Ags
They do.
if they're
They
off
do.
lane?
Yep.
Oh my God! Please let this happen. I'm begging you.
It's a real thing. If you go through Ice's page, he's just Alch offlane with Brown Boots Urn at like 35 minutes.
All right, that sounds like a Slacks type build. Jesus.
I know.
Well, minus the urn, I guess.
Sounds very unlike Ice. You know, this is someone who's a playmaker and more, stylish. To hear that he's very selfless in Alchemist play, I'd have to see it to believe it. But we'll see if it's something they pull out in competition play. Looks like our first pick, though, is going to be a Nyx Assassin. One to, eliminate a chunk of the hero pool from hopefully showing up now that they didn't get banned. I'm talking about, Spirits, of course, your Puck, who was ignored.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I went through the drafts of both respective teams in the DPC thus far, and from EG's side, I'm pretty sure they haven't even gotten Nyx yet because it's just been first banned every single time. So interested to see that. An immediate Puck counter as the Void Spirit. So this is where the flex potentially could come in, right? Because this, historically speaking, is going to be a Quinn hero. Have we seen Leslau play it at all? I don't think so. Not in the
I don't think
DPC
so.
yet.
Man, it would be tough. Like I think I'm 90% sure he's still playing on ping, and so yeah, it would be really tough to play this hero in the offlane on such high ping. Like Brazil ping's worse than Europe ping.
Oh, Beastmaster, okay. So that's a hero that we've seen consistently banned in like that second phase, so getting it out early here.
Yeah, Enchantress was banned, so you don't have to worry about that. And it opens up this potential summon strat to begin rolling out a bit. So I'm curious if EG are going to find a way to pick up some early deflection. I mean, even Coddle being banned is another great anti-push, anti-summon. So we'll see what they get.
These first phase bans are like super targeted. Like any team that plays really well around like a Coddle or Enchantress as a 5, like these heroes just do way too much from the 5 position. Enchantress pushes towers as well as just like dumpsters the lane. Coddle literally lets you make like twice the amount of moves, which obviously isn't fair. Batrider, of course, that's the Abed hero, or that's everybody's spamming that hero. This Batrider hero, you can play it mid, you can play it off lane. Death Prophet's been highly contested, especially in other regions, which I would assume these teams are like looking a lot at the other regions because they're the best teams in NA. But this Beastmaster, it's so annoying actually playing this Nyx Assassin into Beast because you're just walking around Invis trying to scout, and he just has his Necro 3s already out, and he just roars and kills you. It's one of the hardest heroes to play into. And with the cooldown reduction on Necro in the last patch, like everybody's just spamming Necro off cooldown. They're not even just using it for roar. They're just using Necros to farm. So like it's just it's like a gem, essentially.
When you pick Beastmaster this early, does it force the other team to get rid of Lycan, or is that not really? I mean, we've seen Lycan Beastmaster like win every game that it's been picked, which is rare, right?
Yeah.
Pretty hard to stop.
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like
But do they have enough wave clear for it to matter, I guess?
Not so far. Like the Puck and Nyx are nowhere near enough. These heroes do nothing to these like summons, honestly. Almost nothing. Puck has to have like an insane game. You need some like scaling clear, something that like a Juggernaut with the Ag Shard, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. At this level, it's hard to say, right? Because maybe these teams think that like we've seen mostly these like Div 2 teams lose to like the Beast Lycan strats. So maybe it's just really hard to deal with, but with like more of a more of like an organized team, maybe you actually can deal with the summons by like counter pushing better or whatever.
They'll probably fill the holes elsewhere. Maybe get something like an Underlord for the off lane. They banned the Rubik. Maybe they'll get like an Earthshaker to help combat a big summon push or something. At least have a strong defensive high ground to kind of fall back on. But yeah, I would agree. It's something to be wary of, whether you ban the Lycan or just pick something to prepare for the potential of it. I'd say it's something you don't want to sleep on.
One difference I saw in terms of the picks so far, I mean, obviously Arteezy and Yawar can play a lot of heroes, but based on what they've played so far, aside from Morphling, which I think was just one game, Arteezy is basically only played melee heroes, where Yawar has, like, it's basically split. Plays a lot of... one of the carries that plays a lot of ranged heroes, which I find interesting. Not sure if that's like a purposeful thing in the drafts for Quincy Crew, but like a Drow with a Beastmaster, eventually, if you can get it, and it looks like an okay Drow game, it could be pretty damn powerful.
That's true.
Destroying buildings.
Yeah, Drow is like, sometimes there's just free Drow games where like the enemy team has some troll, and like literally all you do is just kite the guy through his ult, and like their whole win condition is gone. Or some heroes that like fight around cooldowns, and then all of a sudden you have this like push strat, and you just are like fighting nonstop, and the game ends at like 15 minutes. Sometimes like, yeah, Drow could be like a bad hero, and it's sometimes like still extremely good.
All right, early carry bands coming out from Quincy. The respect on the PA is definitely an intriguing one. Kind of wonder if that means they're trying to go something like a troll or some sort of heavy late game fighter that doesn't like to deal with the, heavy brash strike of a PA typically.
And remember, Medusa and Alk are still in the game. I would say Medusa very unlikely for Quincy Crew, considering there's a Nyx. I mean, do you think the same thing, guys? Because a lot of my mentality is very old school in terms of counters. Like, I just think of the mana burn. It just absolutely destroys Medusa to the point that you have to just build like differently on her. Like, you have to get BKB and just like items that don't give you potential, like these huge stats like Scotty, because you just get absolutely destroyed by mana burn. Or is that not as much of a thing anymore, would you say?
Doesn't feel like
as free farming for a while.
It's like, you need to have some solutions to Medusa, so like it does let you have the option to kill her, but if she's having a good game, it doesn't feel like as much as it used to be. I feel like this Mystic Snake has been buffed enough that like even the Ag Shard, have you seen the Ag Shard of Medusa? It's like legitimately really good. If you get mana burn, you just send a snake back at the Nyx and it takes his mana from him. So like it doesn't do anything. Of course he could carapace it, but you still get his mana.
It doesn't take the mana from him technically, right? It creates it out of nowhere. Isn't that
creates
how it
it
works
out of
now?
nowhere. Yeah. It creates it out of nowhere.
One of the greatest quality of life changes in Dota history, by the way. Very underrated. Most annoying spell for quite a while.
Yeah, mana burn is not a cool concept for an ability. Anyway, look at these bans.
EG has their two supports. Quincy Crew still, I mean, based on what their drafts have been like thus far, still need a position 5 or 4, depending on what this Witch Doctor is going to be. I assume it's a 5.
Probably a 5, yeah. So they first phase this Beastmaster, they already banned the Enchantress, so you can't steal the boar. And then they actually banned the Chen, which would be another boar solution. And then they pick the Witch Doctor, which takes that away from the potential boar solution. And then so EG picks Crystal Maiden, which is basically like the one other hero that's not Mirana that can actually kill the boar. Like, we have every single boar killer picked or banned in this draft.
Ooh,
okay, there it is. There it is.
Okay, one thing I will say, this is a really good Mirana game because in terms of the setup, we saw the, obviously, Roar into Arrow is a big one, but the Yules into Aether Remnant into Arrow is also crazy good. So, going to be seeing a lot of 5-second arrows this game. But do they have enough to deal with Alk? I mean, this is it feels like a very fast-paced lineup from Quincy Crew. So, that's technically a benefit against an Alchemist that just wants to sit and farm for at least a certain period of time.
Actually, you said it. Like, Yawar is the type of guy to play these ranged carries. And also, like, the draft that they have so far is really fast-paced. And I think a way that you can make it more fast-paced is to put the Mirana as a carry, which I've actually seen Yawar spam back when that was a very popular thing to do a couple of months back when she just got buffed with the Aghanim Shard with the crit. I think that would be actually really good. If you get some Vessel Carrier in another role, maybe like Earth Spirit for MSS or something like that.
I mean, you could still just put this Mirana as the 4 and then
you can
get Drow.
That's
like,
true.
Drow in this lineup is crazy still.
Yeah, that's true. The only problem with that is, like, if EG can defend their towers, I think you just lose eventually to the Alchemist with Drow. He just jumps her. She feeds relentlessly like that hero.
How well do you think Mirana carries these days? Because The shard is very interesting. It gives you that crit after the leap and whatnot, but I forget what else was changed to make her. It feels like she drops off after a while, or at least she used to. I haven't really seen a whole lot of position 1 on this patch.
Hard to say, because like I didn't see it. Like, we didn't see enough of it to say like how does it do against like a Riki or an Alchemist late game, right? But it felt pretty good. Like it feels like the damage she does with the amplification from the shard is enough to outcarry a lot of heroes in the late game. Like especially if she can get like an MKB, Daedalus, these sorts of items. Like if she can snowball, I think you could see a Mirana like tearing apart an Alchemist. She just needs a good game. That's all.
So this is where we're going to find out. I mean, they're banning offlane heroes for Ice, but you talked about the possibility of having Alk as that. We're just going to assume it's not an offlane because I don't want to get too excited quite yet. So heroes that are still in the pool for him include Tidehunter is obviously the main one. Nature's Prophet was just taken out. Is OD actually still in the draft? It is. We saw him play one game on OD. I mean, still quite a few heroes in the pool for Ice. Even the god-awful Legion Commander that we hate to see that he fed on. Not his fault, of course. It's the hero, as we've established many a time.
Sadly, it is a decent Legion game. There's a lot of stuff that you can purge, and I know you hate the fact that I'm saying that.
I mentioned Underlord before. I think Root is also beneficial, and maybe spamming out waves could be pretty nice when you're going against a small zoo strat here. Plus whatever.
It's true.
Just sit in front of towers, defend for the Alk. That sounds pretty good. What else?
Then is Quincy Crew's last pick? I mean, again, the beauty of the draft is if you're right in the fact that Ice has been spamming Alchemist, then if you're Quincy Crew, you don't really know for sure what position the Alchemist is. And on the other side, you don't know what position Mirana is either, right?
Yeah.
So both teams kind of keeping things close to the vest as of yet.
Yeah, they know there's like potential like cheese switcheroos that could happen here.
They banned the OD. So offlane OD was something Quincy Crew did not want to risk handing over. But still plenty of options if it is an Ice hero that they're fifth picking.
Puck could be offlane too. Like they could do this a number of ways, right?
You could,
There's a lot of flex in this lineup.
Yeah. I'm curious if these two teams are still, I don't want to say stubborn, but still very adamant that's like, this is the mid lane. Here it is. It's not really changing. It's not flipping. That's how things have gone for Quincy. And even EG's trends have been puck and bat early for Abed and not switching it. So let's see.
You know, you could Lycan. I feel like it's bad against Witch Doctor Mirana, but for the game, there's not much that deals with the Lycan. Like if EG picks it and puts it off lane and they wolf bite the Alchemist, that seems like, okay, just Tidehunter. That seems about right for Ice.
Yeah, it's a vanilla. It's a safe pick, I feel like. Okay, what do you think of Drow at this point now? Still available. It is, you're right. Like there's a certain point where you just lose, but you put so much pressure, and it's a Tidehunter who doesn't, I mean, he's not going to really do much if when you're pushing down Tide. He's just going to anchor smash. Like it's not going to get that early blink typically, right? You go for other items before that, typically speaking, at least from what I've seen.
It's a good Drow game. It's a good Drow game. Yeah. It's you beat the cooldown of the Tide Ravage. That's a big thing.
I mean, you could also, if this is a support, Medusa. I was gonna say Jug could help them push as well, but they go for a slower hero.
Medusa Alchemist. Okay.
That's a battle of meta titans right now. It's a battle of titans already with EG versus Quincy. Gentlemen, the picks are done. You got to make a prediction now.
Medusa against Nyx. All right, we're going to see how hard that gets countered. You know what? I am going to go Quincy Crew, game one, for no particular reason, because I think it's going to be a good game regardless.
I'm going to go EG. I think picking a timing hero into Alchemist is never correct. I think they're going to give the Alch too much farm. He's going to stomp them. I think RTS is going to win this game.
All right, let's get into a break. But when we come back, we have Lyrical, we have Gods, and we have special guest Owie2000 joining us once again on the mic. We'll see you soon.
Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody that are Dota fans. We've got a great one for you today. It's the game we've all been waiting for. I'm joined by some fabulous guests as well. We got Parker Gods as well as Owie2000 here to do the broadcast. Gentlemen, how you feeling about the game? Did you guys particularly like the draft? Either of you have a particularly strong response to it?
You know, I'm excited for the game itself. I'm happy we get this kind of carry battle, the Alk versus Dusa. You know, we've seen some slow-paced games with these heroes, but very strategic games. So I'm looking forward to it.
And Owie, you feeling the love? Do you love Dusa?
Yeah, I sort of like how Quincy crew are approaching Alchemist. I think a lot of the time you see Alchemist in pubs, and people say like, "Oh, you need to like all in, pick like some." I don't know what's the most aggressive carry there is and just like go all keep running at him. It's a very hard style to pull off versus a team like EG. If you don't have the scale to match Alchemist, you're on a timer. Because Alchemist is like, this hero's insane in the mid-late game. And he's not, like, if you run around after him and you're both only farming one neutral camp, he's still getting more gold than you. You have to like be able to steal his camps and prevent him from farming. And a hero like Dusa is actually surprisingly good like that. Like if they get lanes well, Dusa's gonna farm aggressively. But they're actually doing something pretty smart in EG, right? They pick this Tidehunter because they see the Beastmaster, and they're going to limit like the strength of the cores by going aggro tri lane. Sorry, the strength of the supports by going aggro tri lane. If the supports are low level because they're dealing with the aggro and sharing EXP, they're not going to be able to pressure Elk on the map.
Yeah, this feels like an EG special. They run this like aggro tri lane, this RTZ playing in the off lane more than anyone else, and they're going to force Mirana already to kind of TP up and go for a full tri lane versus tri lane.
Well, and this sets us up for some really interesting things in the mid game as well. Sometimes these tri-lanes end up just being, you know, the two safe lane carries sitting back to the jungle and farming afterwards. But we saw that Beastmaster stat, one of the top heroes right now getting picked all across. And it feels like Leslau as well as Ice 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 are going to be two of the main players in this one that need to, you know, just make the big moves together and be the ones setting the tempo around the game.
I like at top, both Crit and MSS, they both bloody blocked the big camp. I think both sides are not wanting it to spawn. I'm not sure who it actually benefits more. EG have the side pull, MSS has the arrow to clear the creep, but it seems like both wanted to block it.
Go on top.
Nice combo as they throw out that arrow, able to connect, fly, in some trouble, and one last punch from Yuar, able to get the kill. In spite of being a little bit down in CS, very deadly tri-lane up here for Quincy crew.
That was a really nice side set from Yawar. He has like the presence mind. They're going on the CM, she's arrowed, but he's attack animation canceling, so he can get just out of the Crystal Nova range. If he gets hit by that Nova, they don't get the kill. Just flies the solve there to live. It's a pretty big difference maker.
Very nice. You can see that already having a pretty close going of it up top here as Crit hiding off in the trees, and looks like they're going to spot him LOA and MSS, but not really a kill potential if Yuar is not nearby.
Abed's doing really well in mid so far, by the way. 11-2 to the 5-2 of Quinn. Gets another deny. And yeah, Quinn's having a bit of a rough time early on. Is trying to rush the bottle, which is partly why he's having a bit of a struggle in this lane.
Yeah. Abed actually already has his completed, though. So definitely, I mean, I think everybody's been talking up Quinn and how good he's been out of the mid this entire season. Abed's showing, obviously, no slouch either. This dude is really freaking good at Dota as well.
I think the interesting lane this game is going to be bottom, because this has always traditionally been like a Tidehunter counter pick. Like you're facing like, it's even worse because you're facing Ice 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 and you're on ping. Like that sounds really rough. Oh, they're going on top. Witch Doctor goes down.
Played. EG able to find themselves a little kill here as well. Yeah, so do you think that it's mainly going to be like sort of how does Leslau manage to find farm in this lane, or you think it's like that he's how do you play this if you're him?
I think you're screwed at this point, to be honest. Like you're on ping in your off lane versus a Tidehunter who got to double wave you. Like it's a really hard matchup. Like EG are actually just stomping these lanes. Dusa got that first blood, but this lane decision by EG was really good, because if you just put a Tidehunter versus Dusa, like this is really good versus Tide and lane, because you just you keep nuking him down with your Mystic Snake for free, and you just keep pushing the lane into him. But right now, like I think there's a beyond free farm Tidehunter.
Oh my god.
Solo kill mid lane.
Dude,
Monka.
This game started off by Quinn and RTZ tipping each other, and Abed has just sort of come in and like completely started wrecking here mid, looking really good on this puck.
Yeah, and 4-minute runes coming up. Quincy have kind of have their supports ditch the top lane for now. Crit is trying to secure it for Abed, but luckily MSS able to snag the invis rune. Otherwise, this mid lane would have been a disaster if Abed got the bottle refill.
Yeah, it's a good clutch by MSS there. I think, man, this game's it's not looking the greatest for Quincy crew right now. I think they're gonna have to rely on when Quinn hits 6, he needs to like TP to the tri lane and kill them and hope that Abed does have resources for a good counter gank.
Jeez.
Well, mid though.
Maybe?
Yeah, can he get the return kill?
This would be good. Yeah, I mean, he thought about going all in for that one. Ends up expending a good amount of resources here. And Abed is just going to have the salve brought back out. Tries to regen up, and we'll see if he can get the bounty rune afterwards, I guess. Like
That's a really nice salve by Abed, because he killed Quinn, right? And the response of a lot of players is to buy like some small items and be greedy. But instead, Abed, he brings the salve, knowing that he killed him and Void Spirit's gonna be up on resources. He doesn't want to lose in a bounty rune fight.
Oh, and he orbed aggressively to go steal this bounty.
That is really good.
Holy moly, that's so good. And that means 4, or is that just 3? 3 of them going the way of EG.
You guys can imagine, like, if he had to walk back to base there, Void Spirit's gonna have bounty rune control, and then he's gonna have to spend a TP to mid, and if Void Spirit's gonna hit 6, and he's gonna TP top and kill him, and Puck will have no TP. But instead, like, there's no play option for Quinn now. It's just
and
like,
Quinn had no way to refill his bottle, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Now Quinn's down to resources. He's going for a play mid.
Crit here, though. And it just feels like a slow and steady lead. Good arrow there, able to connect onto Crit, and that might keep alive and maybe even set up a counter goal. Although no, Quinn went in aggressively. Abed not able to find the follow-up there onto Void Spirit. Things getting really testy as 5 heroes are mid.
And this next rune's going to be very game-changing. Both the mids have no resources.
Abed's not even going for it. He realizes he has no supports to help secure it, so it looks like Quinn's going to get it for free. Yeah, both top and bottom rune being secured for Quincy, so nice play from them.
They use coil and 2 jumps there on Void Spirit, and now Puck is, hopefully for Quincy, he's going to have to TP mid here, because there's a wagon about to his tower. So he TPs mid. This is like Quincy's opportunity to get back in the game.
They do have a bit better farm on Medusa over the last couple of minutes. We can see that she's been able to catch up to the Alchemist. Again, it's against an Alchemist. But as you said, that big problem is the lane down bottom. And you can see Ice, his 100th game of Tidehunter. And he is absolutely owning it. 41-14 on the CS here, just 6.5 minutes.
He said in the interview, you know, he's going to win his lane if he has a even slightly even matchup. This is not an even one, and he is crushing it. Going for a kill with the Ravage down bottom. Crit's there to follow it up with an Impale. Now kill off Leslau.
All right, really good stuff here across the board for Evil Geniuses. They're going to try and find a follow-up here. Arteezy does a little shuffle step, able to back away, and they can't get anything as mid. Drop the silence, drop the coil. They're on Quinn yet again. Tries to live through this one. Do they have any more nukes? They actually don't. Able to live with that resonant pulse, and now Abed not quite able to get the finish off there onto Quinn. Ejects up there to the north and will not be able to find him, it looks like.
He's still looking.
Yeah.
He's scanning, he's jaunting in, but yeah, Quinn's back to base.
I think these raindrops have been pretty MVP in the mid lane. Like, both mid laners are surviving just off this one item. Quinn's even buying a second raindrop.
Yeah, I bet you went through like 4 charges in that one mid clash earlier, and yeah, had one there.
So, like, sort of more macro looking at this game, how much does it matter that EG are coming out ahead, like, in the lanes? It's not an absolutely huge margin like we've seen in some of them, but it's definitely a win.
I think it's I mean, lanes are always important, but I think it's specifically a big deal when you have this Alchemist lineup.
Yeah.
The thing about like trying to push aggressively into Alchemist is that if they have a hero that can just sit in front of your entire team and wall off like that area with the map for him to farm, like Tidehunter, and he's having a good game, like you can't run through to him. Right. I said like you don't have to like all in run at the Alchemist, but you do still need to put some map pressure, right?
Okay.
Like ideally it's just not like, oh, if we mess up one time in our pressure, we're gonna lose the game. And I don't see him moving past this Tidehunter to farm EG's camps right now.
They smoked, I believe, under a ward because, yeah, Ice is hugging behind his tier 1 tower. He seems to know exactly what's going on. And yeah, the Alchemist is also just a full almost, what, 700-800 gold ahead of Medusa. It just feels like Alk is going to hit his item timings well before the Medusa comes online, at least at this rate.
Yeah, absolutely. You get a couple of items there. Possessed Mask on the ground, as well as I think a Fairy's Trinket we saw, which is going to be pretty good for Quinn, if that's what he's got coming out. Still bottling this DD, and you can see this extended move down bottom to try and set up something, either taking the tower or what have you, with the Necro books that Leslau has, is not going to work. Likewise, though, he's been able to farm in the jungle, so it's not all lost for Quincy Crew.
Abed stealing enemy stacks here.
Yeah.
Like, EG's just playing this economy game, it feels like, where Quincy's making the smoke move, sitting bottom, not doing anything. Crit's got the wave mid to get some gold as well as XP, so it just feels like EG's getting more right now.
Ooh, Jet, though, trying to go onto Crit, able to find a kill. They get something out of it, but again, down bottom, Ravage. They turn this now onto the Witch Doctor. They're going to use the Roar afterwards and trying to buy just a little bit of extra space for themselves. So Ravage used, but they hold on to that tower, and Ice obviously living through it as well.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, Fly could be in some trouble here.
Yeah, Quinn.
Our fight over the rune.
That was really weird. Okay.
Trying to leave for Abed, but yeah.
Not gonna get it. And now Quinn trying to chase down the puck. This is a little bit deadly. Getting up close and center. But the coconut is going to bounce back to the creep camp, and Quincy Crew just going to try and out-farm that one a little bit away from EG.
I think Quinn didn't have a jump there, and Fly is trying to save the rune, so it just ended up looking really awkward there. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how Quincy Crew try to open up the map and get some tier 1s. It just looks impossible against this Tidehunter. Like if you have all your tier 1s up, it's really hard to push forward, of course, right? And this Tidehunter is just gonna go to any tier 1 they push and just stand there. Obviously he's really fat, like this Tidehunter. I don't think they can touch him this game.
Yeah, he's about to finish the hood, which is gonna give him a lot of extra survivability as well.
He has a Possessed Mask, which is honestly when you gank him, if you hit a creep wave, you're getting an extra couple hundred HP from that.
It's crazy. It's all the extra strength too. It's just
it's a really good item for him.
Man. Well, things definitely going well for EG as Arteezy continuing to farm. This is where we've seen him so many times throughout this league, is just on the other side of his map while the rest of his team does stuff. And it doesn't even necessarily feel like EG really have to make that many moves. It feels like the impetus is on Quincy Crew to be making those moves, and they're gonna try and do it now.
Oh,
they got the level 6
scanned
Witch Doctor.
They got scanned coming in.
They knew.
Arteezy heads up. I don't know if it's him scanning. Whoever did just saved his life.
Yeah. They're gonna try and move through the jungle here and find him on the backside. This is a good move from Quincy Crew. If they can find it for the kill, jump in. Coconut connects the Maledict as well. He has taken a ton of damage, and that might just be enough to take him down. Arteezy will pop to the Maledict in a moment. Maybe, yes. Quinn gets the kill. It comes at the cost of LOA. You take that one every day of the week. But if they lose Quinn now, that might be a little bit worse for the wear. Lore comes out, trying to show up. Leslau turns on to Crit, finds that kill. So they find another follow-up pickoff, and you are moving into position, but the Ravage comes out in time. MSS now moving over, trying to take down Fly. They're fighting in the jungle. Leslau going to drop. Abed gets out. Now Ice is just going to walk at UR and say, come and deal with me, dropping the items on the ground. Oh, what a guy.
It's the classic Ice. Huge team fight. I mean, both teams play that well with some really nice responses, but, I think Quincy are going to be happy they killed the Alchemist, but it did come at pretty heavy costs.
Yeah, I think right now, Quinn doesn't really have a game. He's way lower in net worth than even I thought he would be. I don't actually know what happened. I think it's because he was just trying to hang on bottom. He feels like he has to force something to happen this game, but he's sacrificing his game to do it. They're going on bottom a little bit.
Well, trying to do something here, but again, this is a big fish man. They might eventually kill him though with no Ravage. So Ice. Just a bit too far forward, and MSS lets him know how he feels about it.
that was an insane play.
Yeah.
The tier 1's alive. You're basically at the tier 2. I mean, he's not top net worth on his team, so it's not too bad. But actually, I was just mentioning Quinn doesn't have a game. That actually gives him something, because it was a lot of EXP for him. Also, as Tidehunter's dead, they might pressure this bot tower, which is huge. More importantly, if he revives here, uses TP, they might be able to get a different tower.
Yeah, and no Ravage for 60 seconds. So the combo of the Ravage and then, like you said, that death has really opened things up for Quincy Crew.
But Quincy, they have 4 heroes down here. Are they going to make this play?
I mean, it's a smoke
It
up
seems
from
ballsy.
Puck and Fly as well, but they know Ice is back here. He has no
Yeah, he
way
needs
out.
help.
Their Coconut going in. Maledict as well. Everything dropped on his head. And I think Ice is dead. They're canceling. Well, they're still going in with the TPs. Abed goes in for the coil, connects onto two of them. Fly there as well. Wants to pop the ulti and make something happen here. But in the end, it's MSS and LOA. Although if they can get less loud too, that would be big. War moving in.
So much damage.
Has the stone gaze, needs to make something happen here. The silence onto several. Leslau goes down, doesn't quite connect, but they do get the puck. And Abed dropping now. A couple quick and important kills from Quincy crew. EG still took down 3, and Quinn's looking for more as he finds Crit here. Hiding behind the tower. A couple more punches is all he needs, and a double kill for Quinn. Quincy crew are kind of pulling this back a bit.
Yeah, that's a really good play from them. I mean, of course, Oak was farmed out the entire time, so the Goge didn't change. But I think the EXP, I don't actually know how to check. I think we went over this last time I cast it. I don't know how to check the
F7.
EXP graph, but that looked good for them.
F7, there you go. We got it.
Nice. All right. Yeah, so it's a big EXP swing for them. They're on Alchemist here too.
Oh,
Just steal
LOA
the
going to
map.
steal
Nice.
it. Nice. Will he die for the
Very
other one? No,
sneaky.
He's looking for it. In the meantime, Fly was able to get the bounty rune up top, but he does pay his for the price of that one with his life.
Yeah.
It's an Alchemist bounce rune, so you feel pretty good at, with that as Fly, but oh man, they got the bot tower, so they can actually play Dota, so that's like a huge sigh of relief from the Quincy crew side. And more importantly, Quinn's actually starting to get a game. Like in the last couple minutes, he got like 1500 net worth or something, maybe 3 minutes, which is like, it's not amazing, but it's more than you expect. Like with this poor start, I think.
Yeah. Plus the levels. He was like level 9 or 10 when I was something.
Yeah,
He's
it's
already
huge.
level 12. Like.
I mean, but you can see like how Quincy crew like watched. Oh, what a combo! Oh, that was spicy.
And now Crit has forced back and away, giving the tip back to Abed. What a combo.
Yeah, this Void Spirit versus Puck matchup is actually a sick matchup because they both counter each other, right?
Radiant's top
Like,
is under attack.
ooh, Arteezy charging up the stun.
They're not
Please
gonna
walk
come
up
high
to the high ground.
Dire have a ward though. They sold himself son.
It connects. Arteezy's in trouble. They got him under
Ravage to the
right.
right.
Oh, Maledict down. It
GM
misses onto Arteezy though. That's going to be a punishing one, and they got to back out now. As everybody tries to retreat, Quinn went a bit too far. In the meantime, they did get that tower. And it looks like they're likely going to lose LOA. Leslau should have a free path out of there. But yeah, they take down that Witch Doctor.
It's a very nice Chad play by Arteezy there. He knows that like he has SMY Battle Fury at like 16 minutes. Even if you max arrow stun him with like all the stuns of Quincy crew, he's not going to die there. He's Ravage behind him. Very nice map control play.
They're setting up on him again though. Up top, Roar comes out, arrow afterwards, and well, SNY is
Alright, I
nice,
lied.
but when you don't have chemical range, it's a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
called
you need the
caster.
chemical
You're
range
right.
and the Ravage behind you. Those are the conditions, you know?
Yeah. I think the Ravage is the big one. When Ice is there, they have they basically, stunning all of the Beastmaster summons and all the right click damage. It just changes everything.
Yeah, even just like one Crystal Nova with his Auton, he can't die. But like if you're alone like that, that's a little rough. That was a. I mean, Arteezy sometimes has those deaths, but it's still pretty out of character for him. And, that's huge for Quincy crew for sure.
I'm on the sideline as Crit goes into Vendetta and now trying to chase down Quinn, but they don't have a sentry ward around. They have one over to the side now.
He's about to run into it. He's just on the edge of it.
Just outside
Crit's so
range.
good.
Oh my god.
Oh, they see the Alchemist channeling stun.
Now that's still going to be a dead LOA, but Quinn should be able to make his way out of here.
Ooh, triple range creep for Alchemist. Feels good, man.
Going this same like outbuild that we've been seeing, the SMY, Battle Fury, SMY, Heart, and AC. It feels like once Out gets these 4 items, you kind of reach this kind of unkillable status.
Yeah, Quincy could have some really good wards up, though, I gotta say. There's some nice vision right now. I think once Witch Doctor gets up, he's gonna TP somewhere and smoke them. They have his OT up, and they want to use this. Oh, he almost has Orcan Void Spirit, so they're gonna get that, and then they're gonna go, I think.
You can see there the Puck Void Spirit matchup 31-30. So clearly it's going to be 31 each after this game.
Hey.
If we want to keep that balance.
Who's leading right now?
Good question. I missed it.
It looks like Void Spirit is. Knoxville's yelling at us in Discord, so yeah, shout out to him, keeping us honest.
Okay, Smoker from EG here. They have Blink Dagger on the Tidehunter. They're looking for this Dusa. I think SCG might tank the smoke. He's walking a really nice path.
Radiant scan, they hit. Hello. That's fine. He's perfectly happy with that. And they even got most of the Ancients on their way out as well. Nice little move there, but EG, 5,000 gold lead. You know, Medusa's been able to keep up fairly well, but I think it's what you're mentioning, what you mentioned earlier about like this sort of discrepancy between Quinn and Puck and how much Abed has this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually a bit surprised Ice doesn't have more, which like looks good for Quincy Crew. I thought with that start, he was just gonna like completely hold the game together and like he's some Iron Wall. They're gonna go for a Smoker, wrap on tier 1 mid and try to get that. I have Necro 3. I think Jenkins was mentioning it, but this new cooldown Necro 3, you just pop that shit and you always have it.
They scout Ice with the Hawk, but they don't want to go on him.
Instead
it looks like Fly's going to get picked off.
Nice little pick off
this
here.
Spirit.
Abed, he drops down the
Abed
court.
has no
Everybody else
backup,
is
though.
gone.
Abed's such a Chad.
I think Abed's dead. Maybe
He's
not.
He's gonna blink.
Jump. Tries to get
he's
out of there.
fine.
All right,
Bro,
otherwise not chasing.
Abed never dies in those types of fights. He's just he's actually, I think he's the best in the world at that. Like the small skirmishes, split pushing the map. Like I coached him for a while. He just never dies. Just chill.
Look at
Beastmaster was like halfway through a raw animation, but it never really felt like Puck was gonna die at the same time.
Movement up towards the top side now. It looks like EG want to try and control this area of the map. Obviously, we haven't seen anything akin to that, like taking a tier 2 tower before the 20-minute mark. But there is still a pretty pronounced lead that you've got on Evil Geniuses as they finish off the AC on Alkin. Also have the Aghanim Shard.
So,
yeah, the shard is nice because you can get rid of the Spirit Vessel charge. I feel like that's usually you see this shard come up later on after the Heart of Trask, but I think Arteezy realizes he's a little bit vulnerable and wants to have that Dispel. He can also save his teammates theoretically with it as well with the Dispel against like the Orchid.
Oh, that's really good actually. You can take off the. Do you know how? Is it instant or is it like how fast is a potion?
I think it's the same speed as the Unstable Concoction. But
yeah,
I'm not
that
sure.
makes sense.
I've only seen Alks use it on themselves.
Yeah, when
though.
I bought it, I only cast on myself because it gives me attacks.
Ice, mid. Needs to be careful. Ravage is down. Ooh, Spike Carapace though. And now the turnaround with the Ravage. Oh, it would have been huge if they could have killed Ice, but it didn't work out. Now popping the Stone Gaze and trying to back out of there. They still got their eyes on Ice. The slowdown comes from those Necro books, taunted and kills. So a 1-for-1, at least for now.
Ooh, they're gonna turn with Arteezy here.
Okay, and silence there. Onto one from that Orchid. Throws the potion. Gonna keep Fly alive. And it looks like that might be the end of the engagement unless they decide to go for more on EG.
So that's Ravage down. It was Ravage for Dusal, and Dusal's a lot lower cooldown. So we might look at Quincy Crew trying to take this mid tower. EG have this Aegis, but honestly, it's like it's an Alchemist Aegis. If you die with it, you don't have ulti and stuff anymore.
Right.
Feels like they're going to just be farming with it and kind of almost, if anything, used it just to deny from Quincy getting it at any point, because I feel like Quincy with the Medusa Aegis, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean it's a type of Aegis where if you farm with it and you prevent the enemy from making any plays, like you just feel really good about it. You do look for a fight when you have like a minute or so left on it, but you're not like stressed to do something with it. That's actually my favorite type of Aegis.
Well, in fact, it's interesting. Quincy Crew are the ones that are feeling much more confident moving around that. They even pressure this tier 2 tower down bottom a bit.
Yeah, with no Ravage, I think they feel pretty strong.
Moonlight, MSS, spots out Abed.
They can catch him. Nice.
Gets him caught. Arrow. Oh, taunted. Not quite able to get the kill, but will die to the Soulburn nonetheless. And now pressure for bottom. He's got to be careful. Trying to get out of there. Roar. Oh, gonna get it off in time. Quincy Crew find themselves yet another. As Evil Geniuses being bullied back in spite of having that Aegis. As you said, that Ravage, it's just so important.
This is a incredible play by Quincy Crew, honestly. They're identifying that like EG right now, if they don't have Ravage, they lack the like control plus damage in a team fight to sorry. They lack the control and damage in teamfights to really kill anything. Like Deuce is gonna press Stone Gaze, which you have before Ravage, and you know, EG got a 20-minute Aegis and they're losing racks.
Yeah.
This is unreal.
That's crazy.
Arteezy didn't have a
7K
TP to
gold.
come back. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they could afford it even with Arteezy, but yeah, that is wild.
I think
Such impressive play from Quincy Crew, and you can see now, you know, down to just a 3,000 gold lead. As you said, Rax going the other way. They can have an option to take over the outpost if they want. But I don't know. This game feels like it's completely fallen over on its head, and they get out right as Ravage comes back up. Does this change at all with Ravage up now?
Yeah, EG are still definitely in this game. Like, the Rax doesn't matter that much, especially with the Alchemist. Like, you don't actually lose that much gold from the lane pushing in. Obviously, to show that hero, but they have some pretty good lane pushing cores. I think a big thing is that once Dusa gets this BKB, like, they don't have anything to touch her on EG. Like, you can't right-click Dusa with Alchemist for a long time. And, like, people say Nyx counters Dusa, but honestly, like, if you can't teamfight as Nyx, then you're pretty sad. So in a way, like, that matchup can go both ways for sure.
Another smoke up now as they're heading to the bounty runes. It doesn't look like Quincy and EG will meet each other here.
Damn, Lazal just got pinged. I saw that. He was trying to deny the bounce rune bottom with this boar, but just barely, like, the animation went on CM first. And they canceled and tried to go for a bounce rune, but it was too late.
Damn. Well, taking the two lanes now while EG are going to pressure out bottom.
I mean, Quincy Crew are pretty happy with this. This Aegis is going to time out, and they're, like, sort of trading farm after they, like... Usually when one team gets an Aegis, like, that team gets the aggressive play and gets map control or whatever, right? But this time, like, Quincy Crew got bot racks, and now they're just trading farm on the map. They traded triangles, which I think is pretty good for Quincy Crew right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dude, this Puck's really vulnerable mid. He has a good sentry there. Preemptive sentry to make sure there's no mid ward.
Radiant's middle tower
Again.
is under attack.
The wards being placed down. I mean, it's basically just been taken off the map with these Necro 3s. It's been so nice, I think, constantly for Quincy Crew just to have access to it. And as long as they're not contained inside their base, you've got pretty much free reign. You're always going to have that vision advantage. It's Beastmaster.
Yep, BKB and 1,000 gold for Beastmaster, BKB and 400 gold for Dusa. They're going to want to use that timing. And even a Solar Crest coming up from Mirana, 500 gold. They have a really good timing coming up here. Triple core BKB plus, like, how Dota works, you should think about, like, when you Solar Crest your Dusa, like, you're giving her 80 attack speed, but how damage multiplies in Dota, you're actually giving her a lot more net worth than that. It's like, you get damage and it multiplies by attack speed for DPS, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you might add 4k net worth to Dusa, but, like, you guys have played those games where it's like 1 20k hero, like, he's way stronger than 2 10k gold heroes, right? So
Yeah.
they're just gonna all amp up this Dusa Beastmaster or Vlad's and Solar Crest, and he's honestly going to be the same net worth as Alchemist or higher in effective damage.
Plus the bullwhip. MSS using the bullwhip on Deuce as well.
Of course.
Got all the buffs.
What a guy.
But EG, they're smoking, but not finding a whole lot. They've reclaimed their triangle a little bit as far as trying to do some dewarding, but there's still some vision there. Quincy Crew, just in general, constantly maintain great map presence and map control with all their wards.
Vision. They spot Abed here. He's used an orb. Can they
Got the
catch
Lincolns
him?
at least.
Jason. Ooh, good jump away. Fly just barely outside of range, and they got to be careful about this. Arteezy channeling up that stun. They have vision here, though. They see that he's going to self-stun, and it doesn't look like they want to chase that one. A bit too scary.
They should do a Kaidi chase here. He used Alchemist out. They know they can take control of the area.
Right before that happened, they got an Elven Tunic, too.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good item, Handusa. He was actually sporting some mediocre tier 2 item before that, like Quicksilver Amulet or something. And Quinn had the Aquila, which is sort of weird, but maybe he needs the armor. I think, honestly, like, this game, like, I think this gets said a lot, but it'll come down to the initiation. I think if they get a good, like, Ravage into Alchemist stun and blow up one hero, like, that's how EG can win the team fights right now. Like, Quincy Crew are down 6k, but they're not weaker in team fights right now.
I mean, so many times we've just seen this like big pile of money that's the Alchemist that, you know, if he doesn't manage to get a good, you know, either ult off in fight or if he has to run away because he's getting bursted down, things could just feel really, really bad.
Yeah.
And Roche, Possible to respawn in 30 seconds. Quincy crew waiting on that one. They're just playing around this area and still getting pretty decent farm.
I think something like that's important to think about as a carry player is like, how am I going to right-click people this game? Luckily for Arteezy, like in those games where Alchemist gets kited, he probably doesn't have like a puck Tidehunter next, right? Like all 4 of his heroes, you can see this draft is set up for the Alchemist to right-click people, which is obviously really smart by EG.
Well, the perhaps caveat to that is there's 3 BKBs now on Quincy crew, so I think they've itemized knowing that. Yeah, we need to not get stunned, or this Alchemist will kill us. But
yeah,
I think that's where what you mentioned about the initiation comes into play, where EG need to blow somebody up before they can pop their BKB.
Yeah, that's really smart actually, because you can think about if you think about Quincy Crew's lineup versus EG's, all they have to do is wait out this Alchemist ulti. If they wait out the Alchemist ulti, there's no damage. I mean, Abbott is trying to go for a Desolator, but honestly, I don't really see him being that big damage dealer for someone like a Dusa.
Assimilate back. Roche, quick respawn. Ice, use blink. He is crazy.
SVG. You see a Tidehunter? Crazy Tidehunter blinks her, and you run at him and cask him as a 5 Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
He's got the shard. That's why he can be a little bit even more of a frontliner. We've already seen him tanking smoke ganks, but with the shard, you have that kind of self-save.
My back status right now. A lot of Radiant have it. They're very, very close on Tidehunter. Dire about a couple hundred gold on all of these different heroes away from having buyback.
He's just going high ground. He's just ignoring this. He's going for the base.
I mean, this is a pretty neat play. Are they going to be able to take down Roche in time, though, it feels like? So they're giving up the tier 3 for Aegis, it looks like, and Abed maybe trying to make a counterplay at the same time. But you can't afford to give it up and then also lose the tier 3. Abed moving in. He's going after it. Lesblau has more available, thinking about going for it. Drops it instead onto the Nyx. And Aegis going to go the way of Quincy crew. At the meantime, Arteezy's hitting the melee racks, but they're all coming back now. Pops the BKB, wants to finish this one off. TP's out of there. And so it is going to be a melee racks for the Aegis.
Okay. I think that's better for Quincy crew personally. They're going to drop a coil, actually. Looking for the MSS kill up top.
Dude, MSS is really
so tanky.
He's scary.
Yeah, that was really good for Quincy crew for sure. I agree with you.
Like, just having this Aegis cheese on Dusa, they can just go push any lane, take any fight, it feels like. Like, yeah, you lost a melee racks, but that's not something that's going to really change the state of this game
Especially,
at all.
I think mid racks is particularly weak. If you look at like how the map works, right? Like, you want your heroes, if you're stronger, you want to be in the middle of the map, right? Because from the middle of the map, you can go anywhere. So if they have the mid racks, your heroes are going to be there anyways to push it out. You don't feel bad getting forced to middle. If they got top racks, then you have to send a hero all the way back to your side lane. Like, that actually means something in Dota. Middle's like, you know?
7,000 gold lead still in the favor of Evil Geniuses. But this game, I'm not really sure how to rate it right now. Like, is there a lead that you kind of get to with EG where he starts like giving out? I mean, he's got a rapier queued up. I guess that sort of tells us where EG feel like this game is going.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's any ag scepter. I mean, the puck ags is very good against these BKBs, but...
Oh, okay. That's why he's not getting eggs. Okay, because I was actually thinking he saw like 3 core BKBs not getting eggs on puck. Felt a bit weird, but you can always get it from Alchemist later. So I do think Arteezy should probably give him the eggs at some point.
Maybe feeling like the rapier comes first, but here we go.
Yeah, maybe. They are lacking damage.
Ice, big blink ravage available right here, but they're in the Moonlight Shadow. Oh, they have vision now. They got vision now. Jumps in, ravage pop, BKBs immediately. Did not do what they wanted it to. And now self-stun onto Arteezy. He's under control. Axes go out. Still, they're just ignoring him for the moment. Running in with everybody else, trying to take down Ice in the CM. Ice tries to TP out. Not gonna happen. That hurts. That really hurts. And you can see the play. Immediately, Abed tries to cut the wave, but they need to go back to base. They got people inside. The chase down continues to come. Their BKB's wearing off now, though, and Arteezy jumps, finds the kill onto 1. And now looking for a bit more. Taunt comes out afterwards. Roar drops down, trying to get the kill onto the Alchemist. The right click's coming through. They kill him off. Forces out that buyback fly with the big ulti. Will it be enough? They take down Quinn. Abed still standing tall throughout all of this. Ice is back up front and center against Duar. The stun goes out. On to 2. Arteezy now cleaving through them both. What a huge play. Quincy crew are going to lose absolutely everybody. That was what a freaking great turnaround from Evil Geniuses. I mean, it cost a lot, but they got those kills.
3 buybacks from EG, but most likely they can force some on the Quincy crew side here at least. I think that's got to be your goal, is to try and force those buybacks, but it's very risky to do so because if you die without buyback, you may just lose the game.
That was an amazing team fight. First from Quincy crew, that was really good, right? Like you saw the quick reflexes against that Ravage. I think there's a blink Ravage from Fog and he hit no one. Oh, mid lane?
Yeah, they're going in on him, but
he has his invulnerability shard. Like these buybacks are worth it. Like the buyback means less, I think, on EG than Quincy crew because they're just generating more gold. They have the Death on Puck. They're gonna take racks here.
They have what 15 seconds left on most of these heroes. Question is, can they really hold without the Medusa? It feels pretty unlikely. And God, in the amount of time they're trying to hold these buybacks desperately, but as you said, they take a second set of racks because of it.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does that matter, do you guys think?
I mean, I feel like personally the game's kind of in that same state as before, where it's just going to come down to the next big team fight. Like, who gets the better initiation, who secures themselves Aegis as well as Cheese. It's going to be Roche number 3, so you're looking at potential Refresher Shard or an Ag Shard for someone like Puck. This third Roshan is going to be kind of dictate who has the advantage.
Yeah, for sure, the third Roshan's going to decide this game. I think that fight was actually bigger than it looks for EG. I mean, obviously they got a rack, they got all that gold, but most importantly, they got the EXP swing back in their advantage. With the 4 bounty runes, that was way more gold than I thought, honestly, in that fight. Because they used 3 buybacks for that, and they're still coming out like plus 7k on that fight. But just having these levels is huge. Like Ice gets to get Kraken Shell damage. Like he's really tanky now. I don't think like there's no one who's gonna build Silver Edge on Quincy crew, so he's gonna be able to stand in front again.
You can see here as well, Arteezy finishes off the Rapier. You are deciding to go for the Daedalus instead. That's his call right now. And I mean, we've seen these games go one way or the other. If Arteezy can get on top of that Dusa, it's going to be pretty freaking scary.
EG smoke up. They want to take the fight here. Quinn will snag an Arcane Rune. That's a very impactful rune for the next team fight if he can hold on to it.
Gets the gold. No buyback now. So they saved their buybacks, but don't have the gold for buyback regardless. Right now, buybacks only on Beastmaster, Mirana for the Dire. Looking for the jump. Ravage comes out. They didn't BKB in time.
They got you.
Take it down. Dusa dead. No buyback. Huge win as Quinn just tries to back away. Oh, it's devastating. Oh, man. Are they just going to go in now? I mean, I don't know if they even saw that he bought out right there. They might think he still has buyback potentially.
I think you probably go anyways. I mean, there's a Beastmaster Roar, so you don't have buyback or it's easier Rapier, so I guess they're playing it safe. I mean, this is definitely the correct decision. I just want to see them go for Throne.
Yeah,
they're going to secure all the map control for the next Roshan here, because even if Dusa has buyout, like, you wouldn't want to buy out just to get some control of the map, right? Like, you want to buy back and turn into kills. But that pickoff pretty much secures Roshan, I think.
Unfortunately, Roche is not going to be up for 90 seconds plus. But yeah, the map control, they can get their tier 4 neutral items as well. So they're going to be...
it's hard for Quincy crew to deal with that now. Now that you have the damage from Rapier, like you can see what this lineup can really do. Just locks one down, Alchemist pops them. And ideally, like on Dusa, you'll be standing in the front, making it hard for people to hit your teammates. But if you die in 1 second like that, you can't really do that.
Well, and the thing that's so interesting to me too is that this is supposed to be like the strength of Quincy Crew's lineup in a way, is getting that vision down with your Beastmaster, dewarding everything, and EG got the jump on him. Like, I feel like that's sort of a lot of why Beastmaster's been so strong, is like the late game potential to be stronger, getting those team fights going your way.
Yeah, I think EG did a good job. Like I said that this mid lane of Rax wasn't as important, but honestly, like they proved me wrong there. They used the vision from it really well. Creeway pushes in, and they can just jump to Dusa because someone has to show on it.
Moonlight, ready to go. Leveler down on the ground, but the rest of Quincy Crew nearby, they have sentries in the area. And that one just outside of range, actually, but they do see the Hawk moving in. They're going to kill the Hawk with it, but they don't see that Observer Ward.
And the tier 4s are being hit, so EG knows exactly where they are.
Yeah. Nyx has a gem here, so they've got the answers for the Moonlight Shadow. They're just, playing the high ground game.
Arteezy, he doesn't care. He's just blinking and hitting a backdoor tower.
He's fine.
I mean, if Dusa shows like that, like you're pretty free. They won't have damage to kill you without Dusa.
Crit. Moving in,
Ooh,
Force
Force
Staff
Staff?
to the high ground. Fancy feet from Crit there. And LOA forced to TP to the tier 2 tower.
Got the D ward though. That's that's pretty important.
That's pretty cute. And both teams have gems now. They know that this last fight will determine the game, so you're just putting any resources you can into just one fight.
Now a flicker on Arteezy. That's going to give him a lot more survivability. The movement speed is nice too, since he's playing without boots. This is going to help his game a lot.
Well, 19,000 gold lead, but the important things to watch for buyback status. It's coming off of cooldown right now, pretty soon here for the Radiant. Still a minute and a half. LOA. Oh, right on top of him, going for the Voodoo switcheroo. But on the other side, they catch the kill on a crit. Abed.
Oh, wow.
Abed?
Thinking about
Stolen
going in
gem.
for more. Wow.
Just charges in there, gets the gem. Good pickup.
Oh, and the timing of that, Roche is respawning early. It's come back up already, and Quincy Crew see it. They know this. Without Nyx, that's a lot of the control that EG are going to be lacking.
So right now, Quincy Crew, they need an Aeon Disc or Aegis to play versus Ravage Alchemist combo, right? Because you can't let the Juice die right away. So right now they're going. This is like their only win condition, I think, the game.
And a quick respawn sets it up for them perfectly. Courier goes down. Nick's still 30 seconds away. Throwing
Smoke
out
up.
those arrows. Smoke behind. Looking for a play here. Arteezy ready to jump in on everybody. BKB
Great
right for the
BKB.
BKB. Comes from your ward. Saving his life. And Ahmed, he snatches the Aegis. Oh, that was so needed. Now tries to jump away. Arteezy is in a world of hurt though. Goes the flicker out of there. Manages to escape. Fly on the other
turning.
side.
Arteezy's back in.
So much damage in the jump onto Dusa. Now in trouble. Now dead. No buyback for Dusa. And look at that Alchemist run on in. Triple kill for Artur. Dude, that flicker was sick. Oh my god. Ultra kill. Go for more. Make my day, please. He's chasing in. Wants another. GG's already been called. Evil geniuses will not be denied.
Wow, what a team fight to end the game on. Yuar was ready for it. He knew the one play EG were going to make, got the fast fingers on the BKB, but Arteezy just played that team fight so well.
Damn, dude. So many dispels, so many answers. That game was wild. I mean, Ali, going into that, like, did it kind of go the way that you felt like it would? It felt like after the laning stage, we were all kind of writing off Quincy Crew, but they were able to pull it back, and then EG just sort of, smacked the hammer down. What do you think about the sort of relative strength of those two teams after that game?
Honestly, I think Quincy Crew played really well this game, but EG had like a really solid game plan and they executed. After the laning phase, honestly, I think like EG's strategy was showing through. They made a couple of like sloppy plays because I think they're getting a bit cocky, but their team fighting is, I mean, obviously they're top tier team in the world. Like their team fight is going to be top tier, and they really displayed that this game. Even if team fights didn't start perfectly, like they were able to get the most of the situation. Like that last fight, Arteezy lived with like 300 HP or something, right? Like that was game. He would have dropped Rapier, Dusa would have got it, and GG. But instead, like they're squeezing out everything from it, and everyone's contributing really well to it.
God, that's it's crazy when you think about it. You put it in that perspective. Like if he goes down, that's it. That's game the other direction. But instead, they managed to take it. Abed, of course, also snatching that Aegis. All those plays, super solid stuff from Evil Geniuses as well as from Quincy Crew. But that's not it. We still have more games to be played in this best of 3. But for now, we're going to go to a quick break. We come back. The panel is going to break down all the action. See you guys then.
Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it will cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me was sold. Why am I like this? Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is silent, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars. But the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence. And the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. Be my night sky. You'll always be my no sound. I'll find valid in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the Tahoe closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
Numbers for Rapier across the world right now, the most often is happening in CIS. I mean, of course, CIS, how can we forget that? Crazy son of a guns. 23 Rapiers in 112 games. And then next you have China, then C, then it's NA, then EU, then SA. So,
Dude, people don't do it for some reason in DPC. Like, it happens all the time in pubs. People are so scared in DPC other than the top teams. I've actually noticed that, and it's kind of pissing me off. So I'm watching these teams lose the teams that they shouldn't because they're just too scared to get a Rapier. You can maybe even argue like Medusa Rapier earlier in last game would have been game winning. What are you giving that? What are you doing?
Has Arkosh bought Rapier? I'm just not in any relation to what we're talking about. Just curiosity. Has Arkosh built a Rapier?
Well, Arkosh doesn't need to build Rapiers because they have demonic curses to win games if they have to. So they don't have to build a Rapier. They have their high value item without one.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
Interesting
I blame Pale
analysis
Horse
from
on that
somebody.
one, by the way. If you want to blame somebody, that's their carry player, from what I've heard.
I see.
Not that you know, of course. Here we get into the early part of our Game 2 draft. A lot of formidable meta heroes being sat on the sidelines and coming out yet again. Evil Geniuses falling back on that early Nyx Assassin pickup to have crit on something that can help battle the high meta Spirit pickups and mobile heroes. And we're getting, just like last time, an early treatment. It's Abed looking like he's going to be playing a Storm Spirit. Will we see Quincy now pick up the Quinn hero to respond? Is it going to be the Void? I have heard that on the Spirit food chain right now, Ember is kind of below when you're looking at Storm, when you're looking at Void. Even Puck, Batrider kind of all reside just a bit above the Ember stocks. But it's Quinn, and it's one of his favorite and best heroes, so maybe they put it a bit higher. I'm curious to see what they do.
I feel like
It's time, gentlemen. Oh my God.
Whoa. What?
Okay, I mean, second pick's not that bad when you get the last pick of the first phase, because now you can ban the Alk. You can ban the AA. You can ban
Timber.
who else? Hard counters.
Timber
Yeah,
Saw's
Timber.
pretty
Those are
good.
the two big ones for sure. And then maybe just get rid of Medusa, because you're sick and tired of seeing Arteezy play that every other game that you don't pick it yourselves. So,
Dude,
take all his heroes out.
honestly, kudos to Quincy Crew from they play such a static game of Dota, and of course they would, right? They're just beating everybody, right? They don't need to like change anything up or put any crazy spices in the pot because their soup already tastes delicious. But then all of a sudden you lose this annual soup competition of 2021. For fuck's sake, Suns fan, don't give me that look. And then you got to throw some spices in there. Try some paprika, okay? And so now they're first rounding alchemists. Like these guys, they're throwing some bay leaves in there, accidentally leaving them in to stew overnight.
Jenkins, never invite me over for a meal ever. Just don't cook.
I
Don't
mean,
cook for
honestly,
anybody. Hot
If
pockets for
Jenkins was making soup, like his special sauce would be diet soda in the soup.
Here's some
Like
diet soda and mayo.
People use like that, so I don't see the difference.
yeah, yeah, okay. A nice finely
Jenkins in the
tuned
kitchen
diet
just-
Coke.
And a little in there for dinner. There we go. Oh my goodness, please.
I could
Do
see
not
it. I could
subject
see it.
anyone to that, please. Good Lord. Is there anything more funny to this alchemist? I mean, it's Quincy. I know they're probably not looking, now your order gives EG the whole series, but is there a chance of flexibility there for the Al? Could we see the olden days of maybe something like Quinn taking it to the mid lane, or Leslau, I imagine, hasn't played it too much in the off lane, but it seems like a lot to show your core. We're used to them showing Quincy early, but to show Alk early, man.
Yeah, I guess you got the flip side of like, all right, we've you guys will just agree, okay, you won't counter your Storm, you don't counter our Alchemist. That's what we'll do. Yeah, you can see they're banning the Timber, and probably AA will come through here too. That's probably just a Yawara.
Because if you don't ban it here, I'm pretty sure Medusa will be picked by EG at some point. And then hard counters the Alchemist at some point in the game as well. And Monkey King is still in the pool, by the way. That's been like a first two ban pretty consistently among these two teams. So expect EG. I agree, though, that Alchemist should be a flex, but because it's Quincy Crew, it's probably not.
It probably
I mean,
isn't,
both
yeah.
these teams haven't really flexed a whole lot. They've had the opportunity to do so, but they haven't really. So they're leaving AA. I mean, they have another ban to come, but you have to ban that, right?
I think you do. I mean,
what is a Nyx AA? Is that a good combo
that's
at
great.
all?
That's a great combo,
It's
dude.
amazing combo.
You have the blast with Nyx and then storm zips. Like you can also just do like a big storm zip into AA blast. Like it's too good. I mean, you're asking for it if you leave another healing hero.
They could get Nature's Prophet on ice, and they have like this full mobile global strike force kind of a lineup.
Oh yeah,
it would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Could they pick it themselves?
I don't think so, because you need to run it in like a core position or as a 4. I think you really want to put this Enchantress with the Alk, just because like I think the reason they first face is like the single strongest laning 5 in the game, so they can get away with this. And so if there's some like Monkey King cheese pick that's like put against this in the offlane, you just like dispel it with the Ench. Like this Ench hero will basically completely destroy any of these like lane winning off, like supposed lane winning offlaners.
Maybe it's like AA is a threat if he lands the Ice Blast, right? So if he doesn't land it, you're fine.
Witch Doctor, obviously a big counter to Enchantress, so that's obviously why they banned that. But I mean, Enchantress has a heal of her own, so technically AA counters both heroes to a degree at least. It would be really weird to pick for Quincy Crew, but maybe that's what they're thinking regardless, because you know it's coming from EG. I mean, are there any other heroes that it could possibly be from EG? Like, I don't know if we've seen EG actually play, because they've been playing Alchemist themselves the whole every single time.
CM would be okay too. Again, just like deal with the Enchantress, some like burst nuke damage to go with the Nyx, help kill the Alch, and then also empowers the Storm with mana regen. But I don't know, I feel like AA is just so good, man. It's just so good here. We'll see what they pick. I mean, if Quincy Crew picks something that AA is like also good against, some like squishy hero or another regen.
Ooh, wow, my goodness. Tiny. I don't know if we've...
Not afraid.
Certainly in the upper division, I feel like we have not seen much of this hero, if any at all. Maybe in our first week, but wow. Quincy Crew pulling out something a bit different here. It's action-packed, and, you know, when you have an Alch, you kind of have to pair it with somebody who's creating action across the map. I mean, you know, Tiny can get that job done, too.
What position Tiny are we thinking here, gentlemen? He could be... I mean, it's kind of a flex pick.
I guess so, yeah. It could be... Well, I don't know what the latest kids are doing, but I was anticipating it could be potentially mid lane. But maybe that's old news now.
Quinn Tiny, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, you do see that it's going to be an Abed Storm, right? So to fourth pick your mid, like, just doesn't seem all that necessary. At the very least, like if you're considering the counter matchup, Tiny would do fine there. But I know MSS plays it as well, so could be him as well.
We see also Death Prophet come out, who I'm wagering is the potential Ice pickup here for the off lane.
Yep, most likely. I mean, that's the nice thing of, you get some push. You don't. Typically, like the off laner, like, the first thing you think of is like an initiator, but you have Storm Spirit for the most part for that.
Nyx as well.
Yeah, Nyx to a degree. I mean, the AA, I will be beyond shocked if it's not fourth picked here by EG, because they know that Quincy's not going to pick it at this point, or else they would have already, or banned it.
The only odd thing about picking AA right now is I feel like you don't have some like group fighter man that can run in there and like slam some shit on the ground. Like usually that's going to be your offlaner. It's like some Mars, you know, something like that. Sand King, like Tusk, like some like beefy boy to run in there basically. And if you pick the A, you just have like 4 squishies. And you know, we saw what the Alch did in terms of damage in the last game. You know, you're really asking for it if you.
This is the ultimate bait, gentlemen. Quincy Crew has not flexed the entire tournament, but this time, if AA is picked to hard counter Alchemist, Alchemist will play support. You heard it here first, gentlemen. The position for Alchemist. Okay, not happening. Juggernaut picked for Mr. Arteezy, so that leaves the, I guess, support as the last pick for them.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm a bit. I don't know. I'm a bit sus on EG's draft right now. Do you have enough lockdown? Do you have enough stun? You know, you have one kind of, I guess Jug helps in the building, hitting and the objective pushing for sure, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot that this last pick needs to do, and it's just a support pick, it's looking like. Who's like the heavy frontline start the show? Is it just Storm zipping in past and trying to get setups?
Some like Clock 5 wouldn't be too bad. I mean, then again, you're running a Jug Clock lane. That doesn't sound that good. You could go with like the classic CM. You deal with the Ench creep. That's the Jug CM lane. It's a bit of disable. It's probably not enough though. But let's see what else we got here.
Quincy must be fine with AA if it comes, because banning the Oracle, banning the Witch Doctor, I mean, it seems like it's a no-brainer. If you were scared of AA, you would have banned it by now. So either this Alch is not the core we're expecting, or they just don't scare. They're not scared of it at all.
I mean, if they know it's a support, I mean, it still could be worthy of a ban because they took out the Oracle, which I'm looking at like Fly Heroes. That's one of the one that's left. He's played Phoenix kind of in the past, but it's a terrible Phoenix game.
It's a bad Phoenix game, yeah.
Marana and Alchemist.
What about Lion? I mean, I
he's played some Lion.
I hate the hero, honestly. Personally, I hate it, but I feel like it makes up for your lack of disable. It does, but
Shaman's there too. It can give you the disable plus a little extra push if you want the push over the burst.
Actually, Shaman, that's crazy. He's still in the pool. I feel like it should be probably Shaman if you're.
And CM was still in the pool, so that is the most obvious ban because of the counter to Enchantress. So now you get rid of all the long stuns on the creeps. If you really want to counter the creeps, gentlemen, support Doom. Devour that shit. And then be useless the whole game.
Yeah, you have to get level 5 first, by the way, before you can devour.
Oh, God. Oh, that's a rough one.
One of the big creeps. It's tough.
Okay, Grimstroke.
Okay.
How is that? Does he
There's no real combos.
What are the combos?
Well,
the
they do.
Inkswell combo they have, but not a Soulblind combo.
Storm Spirit's like considered that's one of the ones that's actually considered a combo just because
Vortex.
The Vortex on 2 heroes actually feels really good because then 1 Remnant will hit 2 people. So it actually kind of makes Remnant like a double hit ability, interestingly. So that is actually a decent one. And then you've Inkswell on the Storm, Inkswell on the Jug. Yeah, I mean, they really lack Beefy Boy. It's going to really need to be Jug's job and Death Prophet. Like, they're going to need to build to be Beefy Boys, I think.
No beef and not a lot of AoE. And this guy's got AoE for days. The old Enigma, the old black hole coming out here and now. And an offlane setup at that. Take it in for what you can, gentlemen, but spit me out your predictions. Game number 2.
Does Alchemist ever lose, gentlemen? That is the real question. I'm going to go. I think this is going to 3 games. I'm going to go with Quincy Crew on this one.
I wanted to go to 3 games, but I think this push lineup versus Enigma Alc, I think Enigma Alc's a little too greedy, and I feel like they're going to get outpushed by EG, so I'm going to go EG.
Wow, panel is split on this one here, so why don't we get into a break real quick, but when we come back, it's Lyrical, it's Gods, and it's special guest Owie 2000 on the mic.
Series so far on NADPC. And, I'm just gonna say the whole DPC because I don't care about anything besides NA. So deal with it, chat.
Delivering so far.
If you don't, feeling it? Oh, you're muted. It's okay though. Don't worry. Nobody noticed. It's only for us. It's just on our end of Discord. Hi, buddy. How's it going? It's all good. Easy for Leslow. Agree or disagree?
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh.
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, you're good. You're good. Okay. All right. It's always easy for Leslow, Gabe. What kind of question is that? Whether it's an easy win or easy loss, that's what we have to find out.
So I think last game, Quinn felt bad because I was thinking about why he didn't rotate more last game as his Void Spirit. Like, Puck used a TP, he didn't really rotate. Look, sorry, I'll talk about after his Rune fight. Jeez, he's going a bit crazy.
Okay, he's just wanting to, soften himself up a little bit for the
okay.
Okay. They got a spin out of him. And it looks like that's going to set up for 3 EG bounty runes.
Yeah, that's good play by EG. They're playing aggressive because Quincy Crew has this Enigma. So I think last game, Quinn couldn't rotate because if you look at his safe lane, it's Tri lane, so supports at low level. It's just like 1 Witch Doctor cast to set him up. They have a Beastmaster against a Tidal. I think this game, they have this Enchantress. So they feel pretty comfortable picking the Tiny early because he can go to any lane with the Enchantress creep and slow and kill that lane. So I think that's pretty much what we'll want to watch for in this early game. It's Quinn's rotations.
That always feels like when Quincy are at their best, when Quinn can be like hyperactive. Like he feels like one of those mids that wants to roam more than anyone else in the NA DPC.
I like this from Yawar. Oh, top lane. He's getting a bit low, but Yawar actually took Acid Spray level 1 just because he knows that he's not going to get that many bounce runes. Alchemist is actually a really strong level 1 hero if you take Acid Spray.
Who was it, gods, that we saw the other day? It was Arteezy that took Acid Spray, but then I don't remember who they were playing against, but he solo killed the offlaner.
Yeah, I know the game you mean. Yeah, it was, and he did it last game too. I think most Alks are learning that this Acid level 1 is just the better way to win your lane. And
yeah, I mean, the
can't
bounty
just play too
rune
greedy.
multiplier is only 1.5 at level 1 now too. I think it used to be like 2.5 or something as well.
And it says chucking arrows, hitting some range creeps down bottom as LaSalle pulls the wave back. So
free courier, sentry on it.
Okay. Well, no pull camps for fly down bottom.
Yeah, that's really good by MSS because now he clicked on a courier. He knows they have no sentry. LaSalle is gonna have a free bot lane. It's never gonna come back because they have no pulls, right? So they have to like try to go for some all-in kill on Enigma. Otherwise, Enigma's gonna be very stable here. Mojo will just get level 2. He'll go to Storm's jungle, arrow all the hard creeps, and then they have kill throw mid. It's looking like a nice setup for them right now.
And obviously, so frustrating playing against this Enigma as the Juggernaut, who's just going to sort of be constantly less farm than he would want to be. Mid lane, we haven't really talked about it a whole heck of a lot, but you can see relatively even. Slight lead in denies from Quinn, slight lead in CS right now from Abed, as well as the next wave comes in, able to push Quinn back into that creep wave and get some extra damage onto him. But always kind of annoying when you have 0 armor against a ranged hero.
Yeah, especially Storm, because this hero just has such high base armor. He just sits in the creep wave and right clicks you.
Does have his bottle coming out now already on Quinn, and I think same for Abed. So both mid laners with the early bottle. And we'll see if either of them is going to get any of that 4-minute rune RNG.
Absolutely. Likely we'll see some rotations over towards mid. We saw up top that LOA was trying to get a little bit aggro again onto crit, but wasn't quite able to get into range for that stun, and now he's actually going to be body blocking that camp again as well. So both camps blocked out for both of the lanes, both top and bottom, and you can see that leading the way so far in terms of CS is going to be that Alchemist, so you are off to a good start, and things relatively even. It does feel like the offlane Ice is maybe getting a little bit more out of this than Leslau. I guess some of that's also going to be MSS arrowing a couple of creeps along the way.
They're going to chase down the Eidolon's bottom. Yeah, he just summoned these Eidolons, and they're going to instantly kill them.
Office, they should have it easier.
Looking for it. Arrow.
Oh, nice arrow.
Prediction.
Oh, Mojo. So sexy.
That was really nice.
Because he actually predicted Arteezy would try to pre-juke the arrow there, right? Like Arteezy ran up before the Malphite stick, and Mojo's ready for it. It's just beautiful play. He's gonna check bot rune now.
Oh, LOA making the rotation top as well.
Playing off Quinn as they should. This is like where the strongest. I think one of you mentioned it earlier, but this is when they look good. When Quinn has this rune control, he can make his rotations, and this lineup is a lot better at setting up for his rotations as well, which is nice.
Pressure top. The Carapace on the Acid is going to lead to Impel. You are going to be forced to TP out. Recognizing that's the downside of securing those runes, is that you expose your side lanes a little bit, so EG kind of make the correct response.
That was really good by them. I mean, I don't know how this happened. I think Arteezy, like, you talk about as a player, the thing that guy's best at is, I think he's top 2 laner in the world as carry. And for some reason, like, this lane is down here when they had Enigma and full lane control and no pose. He's just playing this equilibrium really well. Very impressive.
Yeah, even with the death, his lane's going just fine.
A lot of those Eidolons able to get picked off along the way as well, as they're thinking about a little bit of a chase here onto MSS. Arteezy chases down the courier, in fact, gets the bounty, and looks like they're only going to get one of them as crit dies up top. Alchemist able to close that one out.
Quinn's behind the tier 1 mid. He's looking for Abed. Just hit 6 though, just in time.
Man. Yeah, that would have been huge if they could have found that and realizes, hey, that bounty run's already been taken. Gonna go out and farm away a little bit of the Storm's jungle. So not able to connect on that kill, but still having a much better lane than we saw last game from Quinn.
Yeah, they just swag in mid. I think I would want to rotate. I'm not too sure what SVG's thinking right now, but I would want to rotate mid with the swag and pressure it. Not too sure if it's possible right now though. Jump in mid.
Go Quinn, yeah. Crit holding the Impale didn't actually end up going for it, and it looks like they recognize that Quinn's a little bit too tanky here. He's got the +10 armor now.
Very, very nice indeed. And they're setting up again. Not as good of rune control. Dodges the stun. Rune is bottom anyways. And MSS throws out the arrow, takes the regen.
But Quinn solo kills crit casually, you know, just
Like a
tiny
top
things.
lane?
Yeah, they're just making aggressive plays all over the map. ISS is juking through the trees.
They had all the wagon options there, both mid and top, and even bottom. Like they're able to, like bottom lane has no pressure because there's an Enigma, and top lane they have the wagon, so they get to like think about going for these plays.
Yeah. ISS will push him back with some aggression of his own on the edge. Gets the wagon, so at least no real pressure onto their tier 1 towers for now.
Quinn's couriers. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying that they're making this move down here again. You can see Jug and Grimstroke apparently 14 times. Not a great win rate as Quinn is going to be pushed back again there. So yeah, no real chance for a go.
This DP is level 6.5, and Alchemist isn't level 5 yet. He's doing really well for himself top.
It's funny you mention how good Arteezy is at laning, because I feel like that's similar with Ice, where his laning skill is up there with the best of them as far as offlaners go.
Whenever someone talks about like who's the most annoying offlaner, they always say Ice.
So Ice TP's mid, refills the bottle. Are they going to make an aggressive play on Quinn here? It looks like that's the call. They're committing exorcism and everything.
Yeah, dropping it all. And the pull back in with the exorcism going. Quinn trying to make his escape, not going to happen. Had a fairy fire, but it wasn't going to matter. And yeah, this rotation is pretty freaking good for EG. MSS is even going to be forced back by Abed right now, and this is going to be a ton of damage.
So cool. He pops the urn and then a salve and a tango. ISS is just using all of his regen to get this tier 1 mid tower as low as possible.
Arrow?
Needs to be careful not to die.
Oh, Narcissi's top, killing the Enchantress during this.
Big plays. They get the deny on the tower, but that's a mid tier 1 tower taken at 8 minutes. And as you said, rotating Arteezy out of bottom.
Next rune.
Really good stuff.
I think he even bought that salve before TPing to the mid lane, so he had that extra regen for that exact play. Just really cool from Ice.
That was so smart. Like, Ice is...
Quinn just finds a Arteezy without a spin. That was not what he thought was going to happen. Okay.
So, Ice, he had a good lane top. He's lane versus Alchemist, and instead of just like start AFKing in that lane when Alchemist goes to jungle, he goes and pressures another lane. It's a very nice play. Like it shows the teamwork of EG. And then meanwhile, like Arteezy's against Enigma, who hits level 6, who wants to pressure him. He just TP's top and kills the Enchantress. Unfortunately, like EG made these really good plays, and then also Arteezy sort of just fed there. Like that was a unfortunate death, you know. Yeah. But that was a really good sequence of teamwork by them.
Well, they pressured all the way out in the mid as well, able to force Mirana and all of the rest of them back. Ice still hanging out here, as they do have that Necro Book level 1, also Black Hole available. Leslau has the mana for it as well, but there's a lot of heroes rotating bottom to try and put the hurt here onto Evil Geniuses. And the Ghost actually gonna get the slowdown onto Fly. They're not gonna finish the rotation. Instead, Quinn and MSS heading back towards mid. They want to try and find this kill here onto Abed.
EG just ditching bottom lane though. They TP both heroes out, so they're making aggressive plays on their own on Yuar's out. Doesn't look like they have the damage though.
Looking for it. Hole, Quinn in the area. Avalanche. Oh, good interrupt there. That would have been the kill for Abed. They get him anyways. Nice. What a play. Quincy crew. Take down both of them. I'm looking for more. Ice in trouble. Gonna pop Exorcism. Avalanche toss. Jump in from MSS. Almost enough, but no. He got the Spirit Siphon off. Can they kill him off in time? The impetus shot saves their lives. And now Arteezy in deep as well. He has a spin still. He's gonna be forced to use it. Picks up the bounty rune on his way on out of there. Close.
Nice presence of mind from Arteezy there. He stayed to get the bounty rune, and he still had just enough on spin to get out there. Man, that was a really good sequence of events there. Like, EG recognized that Quincy crew have this bottom tower. They have Necrobuck on Enigma, they have Black Hole, they have a lot of resources. Oh, MSS dies. And they just TP the DP top. But Quincy crew, they make this really sick play in their jungle to kill 2 heroes, and they realize that they can defend top tower. So it's like very heads up, you know? They have game plans, but they're constantly changing them on the fly.
And trying to jump away, but Abed a little bit low on mana. Doesn't look like Quinn wants to overextend for that one. He's getting towards that Blink Dagger, has Phase Boots done. And it's kind of interesting because it feels like Alk's been a little bit more involved, and it's kind of Leslau that's just sort of been the one on the other side of the map farming. Bit of a change from what we saw last game when the EG did this.
I think one problem right now is that Arteezy's farm is it's not where you usually expect for him. He usually wins his lane, so he's always really far in mid lane.
Well, I got him. Arrow would have been good, but the creeps came through. Doesn't matter. They got more than enough to lock him down as they get the kill with the Eidolons, and Catapult dies for their trouble as top lane they're pressuring.
Yeah, unfortunately Catapult dies, but they should still be able to get this tower.
Oh, nice play by SVG top. He drags the creeps off the tower so the tower focuses away. He's just being so annoying top. He's getting so much. Quincy, this is like their type of game, like this type of tempo. Like they have these slow heroes, but they're playing fast with them. They're making plays with Enigma. He's taken 2 towers by 11 minutes. Like this is a hero that traditionally is seen as very greedy, but it doesn't look like that this game.
Yeah, the sort of rage of Necro books that we've been seeing more and more often is continuing here as Leslau is queuing up the Necro Book 3, not even bothering to go back for any of those other more traditional items. I think it's sort of a trend that we've been seeing more and more often.
It's really strong, and I think it's especially strong with Invis heroes. Like obviously it's also good against Invis heroes, but you don't have that many sentries now. So if they have a Necro 3 and they clear all your sentries and you just have this Murano, it's really cancerous to play against.
Abed? Have a stomp on him. Chase down, avalanche, toss. Oh, they catch the arrow. MSS did the job they needed him to, and they get the ward to boot. Why not?
Man, Yawar just has, look at his game. He just gets to, the tower bottom's gone, the tower's mid gone, all of the bottom side is his. Ancients, 3 camps bottom, maybe even 4 in the lane. He's going to be so fat this game. Meanwhile, TZ is in Struggleville. He's just, I need this tower to die. That's his idea right now.
And they're bringing everybody. Trying to defend this.
It's like, can you kill this tower? Because they can actually burst someone here.
Wolf stomp onto 2. They catch Fly. Fly's dead, but they find another. Need to be careful. Leslau moving in. And the jump away. MSS actually living there. Toss back. They've got Black Hole available if they need it. Drops it down onto both. Ooh, but canceled. Abed gets in there to play a little bit of mischief. Throwing out the damage. But I think that with Abed showing up, that's enough. Looking for the follow-up. They have Blink. Looking for the jump, maybe. And Abed have a toss kill. Nice.
I think Ice needs to, perhaps he's going to turn around because he's Ice, but he's in trouble.
I said tiny spells of 5. He's dead. Oh my goodness.
Well,
wait a second.
Quinn's got his combo.
Ice moving in.
Oh no,
toss. He did toss the wrong one.
Okay, exorcism wears off at least.
Arrow. Ooh, a little sidestep there. Now they need to get out. How did that work for Ice?
He's just a god. Like, I don't know what to say. Sometimes you right-click them and they die. Okay, this tower should be EG's now. That was a really good end sequence of events there. I mean, the initial fight was good for Quincy, but they're going to get this tower, which is, you lose a bit of resources to get it, but sometimes you just have to throw bodies in order to open up the map.
The worry is they were kind of in a 5v4. The Alk continues to free farm the other side of the map, farming Ancients, farming jungle, farming bottom lane. He is getting out of control.
Is Yawar going for the quick BKB? I personally really like that, but that's because I play a lot of 5, so I want my cores to build like BKB first item and ruin their games for me. But once he has BKB, he can really run in for his team. Oh.
Yeah, he was just out in the jungle, and they punish him pretty hard.
I double-clicked his dead hero, and...
yeah, he's in the middle of dire jungle.
This is not your base.
I watched it happen, and I was kind of scratching my head a little bit, but... this time he right-clicked them, and they did not die without the exorcism.
Yeah, honestly, like, Ice, he'll make these plays that will make you question it, but it's part of his genius, Like, sometimes those plays come along with it. You have to take some risks.
Yeah. And he's not the one that, has to stay alive over and over again either. But, I mean, if he dies a bunch of times and then Abed's able to make, like, some sick plays later on, that's perfectly fine.
They have Orchid on Storm, but they don't have Grimstroke ulti. Honestly, Grimstroke ulti level 1 is sort of hard to cast before you use Jump with Storm anyways. He has Orchid though, so they're looking to use this timing. They're on 7k gold. They know they need to make something happen.
This Orchid could mean the world for them if they're able to get it.
thing is, I don't know who he's supposed to try to kill. Like, look at Quincy's positioning. They're all making a shield, like some sort of wall for their alchemist. No one can touch this guy. And if you jump the Mirana or Enchantress, like, I guarantee you'll lose that fight. That's just a free pick off. They smoke in the enemy triangle, just farming.
Yeah. And this opens up a possibility for Quincy crew to take this tier 1 tower. EG looking to take a move on the other side of the map.
It's hard though for EG right now. Like, you can make this move to bottom, but your tower push, luckily they have the Swagon, but they can't commit Exo for a tower right now. If they commit Exo, there's 3 minutes of Alchemist free farming. Like, he will hit his timing for sure. So they have to like very casually hit this tower. I'm surprised Quincy crew aren't defending, but I think they have some idea of like what timing they want to fight with Alchemist going BKB, right?
They can't reveal their positioning, but they spotted Abed, and they have the net. Abed, oh, he's underneath his own ward now, though, and that's going to be enough. He should be able to play his way out of this if they dive for him. And he's going on a walk.
Pulling him along.
Creeps, still chasing. They find him.
Okay.
Slow down.
Arrows?
Thinking about it.
Okay, the creep
From
expired.
downtown, no, won't be there. Well, they didn't keep their tower alive.
Yeah, I mean, Quincy crew are really good at this map management stuff. I think they decided that this tower just doesn't do anything for them on the map. I think that's the correct decision. Like, how you can lose this game is you fight 1,000 gold before your beacon out. Like, if I call that fight, I lose that fight, after the game, I literally have to say, like, sorry guys, I lost us the game, you know?
Right.
Quinn is still hunting. They're making an aggressive move without the Alk, but Abed just trying to cut some waves down bottom. Seems like EG themselves are just in, let's try and farm out RTZ right now.
Ooh, Ice, he's going for this fast solar crest. It's like, see, this is what teams are trying to do versus Elk, I think. They're trying to like buff up a hero who has steroids. Like Juggernaut and Medusa, they accelerate their net worth or use the net worth put on them really well. And you can actually out-carry an Alchemist. But at the start of the games like this, where your Alchemist is double your net worth, like it's really hard to do that.
He got his BKB. Oh, crit. That's game saving right there. Wow.
They have a timing here. They're going to go for this fight.
This is deadly. Gotta be super careful about that BKB. Silence onto one. They caught Quinn, but from the low ground. Leslau has ulti if he wants to drop it, but Spike Carapace is too tough. No, he gets it on the three. Is there enough damage here? Trying to get that stun follow-up. Takes down Ice. Looking for crit now. Oh, and they do have him in their sight. Stun comes out, but it's a bit too late. What a black hole from Leslau.
Oh, he just saw the opening to catch out 3. That was
amazing.
Team fight saving. Yeah. Ice with that exorcism was just going to wreak havoc if he got a few more spirit siphons out, but they were able to blow him up in the black hole. Absolutely fantastic from him.
Like, everything in that fight was so good. Like even Yawar, like they're black holing, right? There's 3 heroes. The Jug is beside you. I think a lot of players would just stun the Jug and try to kill him, but instead he like uses his stun on DP, like identifying that they're not going to kill his Jug, and DP dies, doesn't do any more damage. I think also Leslau in that fight, like I remember someone told me they were talking to Zai, and he was talking about like what's the most important quality for a Dota player, and he was like, oh, patience.
Right.
And he said it like very like matter-of-factly, you know? He's confident in that because that's how Zai is. But Leslau, he knows that there's a Nyx Carapace, he knows there's all these stuns. He tanked a lot of stuns there. He just waited. He waited for his black hole, and he managed to get a 3-man black hole as soon as Carapace went off. It's a brilliant play. They ward on the Alchemist, they're smoking. This is sort of like a desperation smoke. It's not a bad smoke, it's just like, if this doesn't work, they're gonna feel really bad. Fortunately, Yawar farms very quickly, so.
Oh, he was right under that ward too. They're pissed.
It's like they know his BKB
They know
isn't
exactly
there.
where he's going now, though. So they might go for this. This is like the same as what happened to Arteezy.
MSS.
He's a carry player. He knows these movements.
Oh, tries to juke Omni there, and a good stun comes through. That's what they
might
needed.
not get out though.
Okay, LOA chase down. Leslau over to the side, ready to go for a Malefice here, maybe. Arteezy gets the TP out. Crit, meanwhile, headed north. So they get out with only the Grimstroke going down. That's pretty huge.
That's really good. You guys remember last game where Quincy smoked in the triangle, Arteezy dodged the gank, went to farm the hard camp, and then they caught him there?
Yeah.
And then they also lost heroes after camp? It's like the exact same thing. It's so funny.
It's funny, like these carry players just know each other so well and know where they're going to go farm. Like, okay, we were, 3 seconds too late to catch him at the triangle. This is where their next move is.
And that move comes just a bit too late there from Quincy crew. They smoked up, headed to the triangle. Abed hit the what am I blanking on? The scan, and then was able to just zip out of there afterwards. So they do retake some map control again. Probably going to need to wait around their next Vendetta, I guess. But
what feels really good about that play is that they did that like without exorcism. Like Ice wasn't even a part of the smoke gank, but the fact you get such a big kill to slow the game down while your key ultimate is on cooldown is really impressive.
Avalanche toss with the DD. It's a lot of damage with that arrow. And he had exorcism, but he was also just super dead. And in the meantime,
Arteezy has no TP.
Whoa, what?
He's waiting to spin for his TP cooldown. He can't spin until later.
It's dangerous. Leslau in the meantime kills off Fly, and yeah,
I think he might get right
the
click
chase down. Yeah, with the right clicks coming through, do they have enough? Not quite in time.
Quinn didn't have a tree.
Did he drop healing ward with that too? I think he did.
He did.
Someone sniped the
drop
healing ward
first.
Well played.
They lost 2 heroes, but honestly, that was looking real rough there. That was a very heads up by him. But look top. Am I still going Arteezy here?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Ooh,
There
Arteezy.
is a black hole.
Yo, this guy's crazy.
They know
he's over there. Arteezy, you're wild, man. The chase down.
This might be a good bait. Look at this bait.
Oh, what a bait. What a bait. Now, eyes on Leslau, tries to blow him up. Stun comes out afterwards. Abed on the back line, killing him off. Silence is there. Wasn't able to get the black hole off in time. Quinn looking for a big jump afterwards. Can they kill him off in time, though? Avalanche toss, dead on Abed. Ice, the last one remaining in the area with 3 already dead. But Arteezy comes back in now, and the Omni Slash is going to be split between the 2 of them. And that is going to keep alive Yawar for the moment. LOA taking that one down. Avalanche to buy a little bit of extra space as Yawar continues to try and get out of there. The buyback comes from Ench. That might be enough to stop the pressure. Heals coming onto Ice as Exorcism wears off. And they're breaking that Blink Dagger as well. So they force out the buyback of the Ench. But get a couple kills for it as well.
Ooh, that aggressive Solar Crest on the Tiny. Good luck getting any attacks off.
All right.
But that fight ends up going pretty well for EG in the end. The Arteezy kind of looking like he's out of position, and then he just baits perfectly to set up a great opening for Abed to just go in, catch the Enigma first. Like, if you let Enigma get off a black hole that fight, there's no way you're winning it. So EG recognizing they have to prioritize Leslau a bit more.
Yeah, that was really good by EG and Arteezy. I think that fight also showed how Juggernaut, he's actually traditionally an Alchemist counter. Back in way back, 2016. Oh man, it's been so long, I'm so old. Jug used to get picked as a counter Alchemist because it doesn't matter his net worth. He can't tank through the fight if you Omni Slash him, but they're going for a smoke with Moonlight here.
Crit. He's the one that gets caught. Bursted. No Spike Carapace. Arrow afterwards going out. Not going to connect on the Fly, but Quinn got his eyes on the prize. Looking for a chase down. And eventually they'll be able to finish off that Grimstroke. So again, anytime Quincy crew feel like they have an opening like this, they're running at him.
I might get them Roche. It looks like, yeah, Alk is already going to go in with the Acid, so big couple of kills. Quincy have had pretty much map control for some time whenever they've managed to group up, so natural progression of the game is they're going to secure this Aegis for Alk, and
they're going to
with
have
a BKB
Enigma. Yeah, they have no counters to it. Their counters are, my Exo has to kill him while he's black holing, or I have to Omni Slash him right before I black hole and kill him. Those are not very hype to play with.
No.
I mean, DD rune spawning for them too.
Eventually.
Abed? Okay, I thought he was going for it. He sent his curry in because, the Abed Roshan steal.
Of course. The last game. I guess eventually Arteezy Abyssal Blade could be an answer.
Yeah.
For Enigma.
That's far, to be honest.
Right.
It is their only hope, right? If you have no counters to Enigma, you can only go Abyssal or Aeon Disc. And I mean, I guess you can go Wind Waker now. I haven't seen that yet because I've seen it twice, but that's pretty much all you got.
Well.
I think Quincy are just going to look to take all the tier 2s and full map control with this Aegis. How they got this Roshan was that they killed heroes before they got it. So usually when you kill Roshan, he's like a 10,000 HP neutral creep, right? So you're farming this big neutral creep and all your lanes push in. But because EG had dead heroes, they have less heroes on the map to push out lanes with. So that means that immediately after this Roshan, you can start taking objectives. Usually you have to wait a little bit.
And they get that one. We're still 5 minutes away from the next round of outposts. But like you said, closing on those tier 2s feels to be the next step.
Moonlight Shadows pop, kind of just to scout into this Radiant jungle. They're even going to get spotted by a sentry ward, so it doesn't look like it's going to lead to a whole lot.
They showed on bot side and trying to TP top to set up a play, but this really good ward by Fly here spotting them out. And just TPing the other side and setting up a play there.
Arteezy even pinged the outpost, recognizing that Tiny was TPing there based on like the direction he was facing. Like they knew every little bit of what Quincy Crew is doing. You can tell they're locked in right now.
This is really good for EG. I mean, the map flipped, but they're basically gonna trade farm for a little bit. And Quincy Crew have the Aegis, so they're able to control 2 lanes instead of just this one. But at least EG are gonna pressure something.
Well, can Quincy go high ground is perhaps the question, because they're gonna have a big show of force mid with a BKB Alk who's got AC Aegis, a BKB Enigma who can just sit behind. Yeah, I think they do go.
At the very least, you can like force Arteezy back to base. I'm not too sure if you still hit this when everyone's there, but this is good by Quincy.
Abed had to use all of his mana pool to get back to the base, so he's going to need to head to Fountain to regen before they can really go up again. It looks like Quincy, seeing that show of force show back up by EG, are going to back out.
Yeah. Now that you've taken out the siege creep, Storm can just cut the waves. So I don't even know if Arteezy needs to come back. You can just cut waves with Storm to stop this high ground push happening. We'll see what Quincy do to try and stop that from happening. And
this is really good by Arteezy. He's like, he knows exactly that he doesn't have to come back. He can get out the small bit of net worth out so he can try to carry this game.
Ooh, they are going to TP you are.
Ah, that's an illusion.
You know that's an illusion though.
And the TP
EG are playing into his Aegis really well.
Yeah. Quincy even smoked towards that bottom lane, hoping to see what they could find, but EG gonna be able to stall out. Only about 2 minutes left on the Aegis, so still plenty of time for Quincy Crew to make a move or go for another high ground push.
I mean, this is nice too, though. They're going to get this last tier 2 tower and still maintain control over the outpost likely when we get to that 30-minute mark. But that is also, I mean, we're getting close to Aegis expiring territory when that happens. We're a minute and a half left on it right now for Quincy Crew.
And Murata was 3 seconds cooldown on arrow. They would have got Abed mid. He has to use into arrow to follow up on the tiny combo. Okay, so they've secured every tier 2. They're trying to get master. EG have done a really good job, like, not giving it to them.
Abed's out of mana. He's got no mana.
Did you see him?
No, he juked him just barely.
Damn, that's crazy.
Like, look at these plays from EG, just pushing the limit, trying to make sure that Quincy can't use his Aegis to go high ground. Like, I think if you looked at the game when they got this Aegis, I would say they're gonna get all the tier 2s and have like 2 minutes to high ground, which is more than enough. But EG have really done a good job stalling that out. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get high ground. What the hell?
Arteezy finds the courier.
Midnight
tries to get out of there. Oh, no! Loud! No!
You can't blame. Honestly, I don't blame him at all for that because he doesn't have time to click him to see how long the TP's channeling for. He's just hoping that he gets the kill there.
Oh, that was a good try. That was unfortunate. But that's EG's window right there, right? Like all these split push things, you can't split push to win the game with Dota. You can split push in order to create an opportunity where the enemy team like uses a cooldown or a TP scroll, and then you get a fight out of it. That was their opportunity right there, created by Arteezy.
Wow. Couple of seconds difference, and that's just devastating. But it's devastating the other way now. And I don't know if
now
they can
there's
take
no
back
black
Outpost.
hole, no black hole, and no Aegis in 5 seconds time. So big opening for EG, who have a smoke on fly. They're already grouping. They are making their move. Quincy Crew at the same time have to expect this a little bit.
Yeah. Heads up play. They are heading back where there is an observer ward for evil geniuses, but it doesn't look like they're quite going to connect. MSS might be the one that breaks this smoke if EG do go high ground. Still 100 seconds left on Black Hole. I mean, without Black Hole, can you still fight this if you're Quincy?
I think so. I think you can still fight, but it's not like as guaranteed anymore. There's going to be a fight over this Batroon, and there's vision from both teams here, actually.
Scary. Crit looking for the big jump. Stun onto 2. Backed away. Silence onto both of them as well. They have the Midnight Pulse down, and well, Yawar just jumps on, wants to find the chase down, kills off Abed. What a fight right there. Now Omni-Flash bouncing before a couple of them. I don't know if this is going to be good enough, though. Arteezy, rest of them back out. They have the exorcism already going, but the avalanche toss coming from Quinn takes him down to about a quarter HP, and Yawar comes in for the finish. As they take down 2 cores from Evil Geniuses was not enough.
And there were 300 damage on bursting a 3k HP Tiny, and that would have been the fight right there. That was so close. Oh, that's a crazy fight, actually. You don't see that often. Like, both teams just have a ward on each other on the same spot. EG know they have a ward, but they know that they can use it. Like, Quincy are going to use the ward to make EG run into them, so they can still jump them on that ward. Like, they're going to try to prepare. It's a really nice try by EG, just slightly short. Did you guys see who killed Abed there? I think someone said it. Did he like stun him, or like how did?
It might have been the arrow that like the Yule's arrow.
Yeah. I think it was Yule's arrow, and then they had the stun come in at the end from the Alk.
I see.
Finish it off.
Because if he gets off like one more zip there, I think they win that fight. He still had 900 mana when he died. I mean, obviously, it's not his fault. You're like committing into his team fight, trying your best here. But that was clutched by whoever did that on Quincy.
Oh, he had a moment there. Oh, you war found him over on the side. Do they have enough to bring him down? Though he's completely out of mana. They're thinking about going in here. MSS throws out the arrow, not going to be on the mark. That moment, oh, that could have turned so deadly. I thought that Leslau could catch up with the Blink Dagger. It wasn't enough.
Now they've got the answer for the Blade Fury split pushing Jug that keeps causing problems with the Abyssal Blade.
Abed, he's just trying his best to make space. That was really close there. I think it's hard to make yourself BKB in those situations too, so I don't really fault Yawar in any way for that. But if you're gonna kill their mid next to their base, you probably just click that.
Right.
That was a good catch by Yawar though, in the first place. Man, Ulk is a really tanky hero, huh? He has like 3 heroes, a tier 3 hitting him. He barely dropped to 2/3.
Yeah, it's got AC. It's got a Vanguard built into that Abyssal. Why not? Long Rosh spawn.
Nick's objective is, as you just said, the Roshan. They're trying to farm Quinn's BKB before, but I don't think he'll make it in time. I don't actually know how the Roshan timer works. It's at the bottom
You
left.
hover,
Nice.
yeah, bottom left, 130.
Oh, it's so nice spectating Dota. You don't have to like time this stuff. Yeah, so they're trying to get their BKB out on Tiny before this fight. DP has hers, which means she's forced to be reckoned with in this next fight. They have buybacks on both carries and Grimshock and Mirana, so they're gonna look to use those to just like whoever wins this Roshan fight. Well, I mean Quincy could get it. I think the game ends if EG get it. They get some like space to scale on the map. A nice setup by Quincy crew here. They have this ward, the sentry though.
They have the Abyssal Blade.
Arteezy.
TP out just in time.
My man didn't
knew
spin.
where he was going.
He didn't spin.
Yeah, that may have saved his life. He might have revealed himself.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So Abed gets out again, and they're just pulling him back and forth across the map. Again, since it's 30 seconds until Roche is back up, it does mean that we've still got some time here where this isn't the biggest deal in the world, but this vision around the pit is going to be so important. And Quincy crew, do you have this deep ward back by the high ground that has not been scouted out by evil geniuses yet?
That's an interesting ward. They like put out a low ground just so it's even less chance of getting dewarded. I like that.
I was curious if it was a misclick or not, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, I feel like it's not, but you never know. Okay, EG scouted that Roshan before the courier died. I think.
Well,
Their second courier they've lost just scouting Roche, but they have to know if and when Roche is up and when it's
Smoke
been
from
gone
both
for.
teams.
Yeah. Are Quincy going to go into the Roche pit, or are they just going to play around the high ground? It looks like they want to play on the high ground. Both teams make their way up.
gotta be careful about that one. Smoke breaks onto crit. Got eyes on him, but vision right now. LOA is scouted. Avalanche toss. They blow up the Nyx assassin.
No buyback.
Now, Arteezy gonna be revealed as well. Leslau, he's got Blink, BKB. Yawar goes in. Abyssal Blade is out. Stun follow-up is all the way there. Arrow is gonna connect afterwards. Drop everything on his head. No chance at getting out of there at all. They take down the Jug. Now eyes on Ice Ice Ice. He's doing a lot of damage with this exorcism. Queuing up the stun afterwards. Tries to get out of there. Blink forward. Doesn't manage to connect on Ice Ice Ice. And he's just gonna BKB and TP out of there. So they take down 3 and Roche is open.
That fight there may have just been the one to cinch the game. And Quincy just have too many ways to win fights. Like, that black hole isn't anything flashy, but it's just like they just have to kill Arteezy, and Leslau knows it. He's just like, I'm just going to BKB black hole this Jug, even then he's on 10% health to make sure he doesn't get off an Omni Slash. And the Alk is just uncountered at this point with this Abyssal Blade.
It looks so hard for EG to fight. Like, oh, he's not even going to take Aegis in Yaour. He doesn't care.
Abed?
Oh,
he didn't get
oh,
it.
no.
Abed, no! I love this part. Oh, he knew it was going to be too big. And
you can respect that, though, right? Like, you got to go for those.
True. Oh.
It's very much do or die time for EG, so... Well, time to see if they can defend their high ground now. Storm dead for 50 seconds, so no way to cut these waves, and...
wagons.
Yeah.
Still hanging on for the moment. It was Quinn, actually, that picked up the Aegis. I think that they were just worried about, you know, the jump in from Storm there. As an avalanche toss, he's going to take that Aegis and run into their base.
Yeah, I guess when you have Aegis, you can do that, huh? Just
true.
Go into their tier 4s and kill someone.
Now, continuing to streak forward. They have buybacks on Evil Geniuses, but you really can't afford to spend them here. It does not feel like they're going to be giving up anytime soon, though. Or maybe it will. We'll have to see.
I mean, they'll definitely go for a fight here. They have X on 20, though. They don't even have their spells yet.
Probably
I think they're going to fight for the Megas. You can't fight this tier second Rex. Oh, that's already dead, so... The Black Hole back up. He has Refresher soon on Enigma, though. It's looking rough to take this fight.
Oh, he's thinking about it. Leslau's thinking about it. Arteezy's there.
Is he going for the Black Hole mid?
Al jumps in, drops it down. Why not? Completely dismantling. No buyback on the Jug. And Quincy crew knew what they needed, and they took it right there. Since he bought that Scotty, I don't think he's done any damage. Exorcism comes out. The big pull afterwards. Connecting onto all of them. Actually takes down both. There's no Alk now for 90 seconds, has buyback, but they're also going to have an opening here onto Tiny. Leslau wants to move back in, doesn't have their refresher yet, so no Black Hole, but Quinn a bit too big as he comes back for his second life and takes down Ice. I think they've got enough here as another jump coming from downtown. Abed looking for an opening. They pull back Quinn yet again. Drop down to about a quarter HP, no cheese on that Tiny as he eventually drops down, but Yawar comes back in and now looking for the chase down onto Ice. He is an absolute madman as he runs in, hits the tier 4 towers. GG is called. We're going to a game 3.
Oh, that's exciting. Both these teams, you know, you can see kind of how evenly matched they are, just small little things leading to Quincy having a pretty big advantage this game, but man, is this living up to the hype as far as this EG Quincy matchup goes.
That was a really good try by EG at the end there. It was looking pretty spicy there for a bit.
Well, spiciness, regardless of that, we do have. It's okay. We got a spicy game number 3 coming up now as well. I'm also feeling a little bit hungry, so I might go grab something before the next game. But man, any lessons that we can take? Do we just ban Alk? Is that the goal here now?
Yeah, it's funny because the hero originally it's like supposed to be a late pick, and then it slowly moves up the tier list. You're like, okay, this hero is so good we can pick it early, and now it's arrived at like, do we just ban this hero, or have we like over pushed it? If they pick it like first pick, can we counter this hero? So I'll be interested to see what the teams think about that.
Yeah, it seems to me the Alk is the one big thing, and also the mid lane matchup. Abed versus Quinn has just been, to me, what kind of determines how the early to mid game goes. Game 1, Quinn had a really rough lane, couldn't impact the game. This game, he was so impactful making all these rotations. We saw him on a non-spirit hero, Tiny. This is his first time playing Tiny in the DPC, and he absolutely dominated.
Well, impressive showing from both teams for sure, and I'm excited for game number 3. I can't wait. It's just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, the panel's going to break it all down. Tell us if that one was a shellacking or not, as they usually do.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quincy Crew versus Evil Geniuses, the biggest.
When it hurts like this. goodbye or ever leave this stuff behind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. This will walk away, yeah. When it hurts like this, when it hurts like this. When it hurts like this.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
hard to gauge whether it's stubbornness or them just saying it's something that works. If it's not broke, why fix it? And if they're going to give us the opportunity to pick it, we'll just do it again and get more practice on it. But we'll see if that's going to be the case here, because you're going against Quincy Crew. It's a different caliber of opponent that you may need to give that respect to. I mean, even the stuff that Jenkins said, now if they pull out the ALK and they're more privy to the idea of the tri-lane, I don't know if you'll have as much success if they're, going to adjust their draft for that.
That's true. Yeah.
Here we get into the early bans, and Bat Rider, an early ban on Witch Doctor leads me to believe EG are trying to get something juicy with their first pick, kind of throwing that basic support ban out there. Now Quincy going to be thinking about what they could score for their, first set of picks too.
If they're not banned, I expect each team to take Nyx and Enchantress for each respective team.
Yep.
We'll see what this the Witch Doctor, like you said, is a difference. Obviously the counter to the Enchantress, so that opens it up. But then do you see an early CM? Because that was banned. That was actually a literal last ban, if I'm not mistaken, in the last draft, just because EG had left open their support for so long. So yeah,
Still
these little
too.
nuances. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Puck is still there too.
Usually this hero gets banned.
And Quincy have gone back for Mirana twice. Why not pull it out again? I wouldn't say that the Mirana was anything to own the game, but also wasn't any sort of weight. Certainly had some great arrows and setups and early pickoffs on Arteezy. So we'll see.
Is it Alchemist, boys? This is the question. Is this Alchemist? Is it worth it?
It's AA, right?
I mean, Quincy Crew gets last pick in the first phase, which is where they took Alchemist last time, right?
Yeah.
That opens it up so you can ban things that you don't want to play against. The Timber Saw. I mean, that's one thing you have to consider, right? If they take it second, you could literally just take Ursa or Timber Saw or I guess AA, but obviously neither team has really been prioritizing that apparently. We'll start it out safe with the Nyx though.
All I can think about through this whole draft is like, if Alk isn't banned, I'm just gonna be like, all right, well, he's coming in this pick.
Yeah.
Because the question is now like, okay, how far has like EG moved this up the ladder? Like if you pick something else, do they just pick Alk here and then you have at least one hero that doesn't counter Alk? Maybe Quincy Crew picks like a block pick hero for the Alk, some Monkey King Ursa. I don't know. I mean, you don't want to first face these heroes, but I suppose you could Monkey King.
Yeah, Monkey King kind of ignored last draft, but for the most part, been pretty consistently banned. I mean, EG's second pick is what's really gonna answer some of these questions, right? Will they just go for tried and true, like Storm Spirit? We've been seeing the Abed hero come out pretty early. And then Quincy Crew, that was the first time we've seen them pick a Quinn hero in the second phase in a long time.
Yeah.
So will they switch that up again? And they're taking their sweet ass time.
These are
by
great
the
questions.
way.
I know they're like five heading, like they're like 3 steps ahead in the draft right now. Is what's actually happening, and
yeah, no doubt.
They are trying to think what EG will likely do in response. And, is it as simple as let's run it back, let's get the ALG now and put the pressure on EG to have the counter and answer this time, or we leave it out there and potentially prepare a game plan for it? A lot to discuss, but you're right. Look at them chew through this clock. They're already down to 40 seconds. They must have the whole draft figured out already at this point.
Oh, wow. What in God's green testicle is that?
Wait. He's next. He's next to Alchemist on the pick list.
Oh no.
That's the problem. If you search A for Alchemist, you get Abaddon first.
Oh shit,
wow.
boys. Well, we got to make this pick work now. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, well, EG take 2 minutes to get this pick now because they're probably just so confused.
I mean, they're confused as hell. I don't know.
Damn, the deciding
when we
game
see
on the
Abaddon,
line.
Is it typically the position 4, or do we ever see like the off lane Abba? And they just go puck.
I mean, Abaddon is this week is ignored. Let's see this month.
I even want to see the pro tracker on Abaddon, if that's even a thing.
Abba's been picked twice in NADBC and lost both times.
And he barely gets played in pubs compared to most heroes. 251 times, but SVG has pulled it out 4 times in the last 8 days, guys. So SVG has been kind of repping and prepping a bit with this.
No Alk either.
And they allow EG to just go right back for the puck. We're expecting Abed puck unless there's some crazy flexibility. And then right into the Leslau Beastmaster. BKB piercing action right there. You got your Purge and your shield. Wow.
I mean, they were expecting the puck. Obviously, silence is good against the Abaddon, but I was just thinking of just thinking about why they pick the Abaddon, or Abaddon as most will call it. You can use borrowed time as you exit the coil, right? And you can also use, obviously, Aphotic Shield to take off coil stun, even with that Ags that comes through. So from that, like from a mid to late game perspective, Abaddon's really good, I would say, against puck, unless you get silence. Then you have to itemize for that. But then what position is Abaddon? Will he have enough farm to itemize against it? I have no idea. Assuming it's position 4, but we'll see.
I feel like it's probably going to be a 5. This hero is like, this hero is usually picked just like as a buzzkill. Like you just halt the enemy team's, like progress in a fight. It's like, all right, they have to like press like this sequence of abilities to kill a hero full to 0. You just throw like an ABBA in front of them, and all of a sudden you need like way more heroes to actually like take a fight. And this would be great like with an alchemist, with like something that you want to just like stall for.
Next level strat, gentlemen. This is your position 1 Abaddon. It will essentially be Alchemist, a poor man's Alchemist with the Radiance instead. The old school Alchemist build, they definitely picked him by accident, and will build him accordingly. Okay?
You Josh hard, okay? You're joshing me up the fence here, but this is actually an NA classic. Like, because Hector refuses, NASA I should say, because Hector refuses to stop picking this goddamn position 1 in pubs. A lot of other carry players are actually trying ABBA as a position 1, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's definitely in there.
Jenkins, why do you think I'm joshing? I have a 70% win rate with Alchemist or with Abaddon. I always go Radiance as offlane though, because I don't trust my cores to do anything the whole game. So I take their farm and I win the game. Jenkins.
Wow. Sorry,
you don't win. I've seen your games.
Caught off guard a bit by the Chen ban. They're coming up from Quincy crew. The respect that Fly is one of the few, if only, like NA Chen players right now.
I think it's more like the only hero that's going to completely obliterate this beast hero in lane is something that can just like take the boar, and that's Enchantress. And like, despite Chen essentially being dog shit right now, it's still so good against the beast that it's worth banning. And it's cool to see them respect it like that, because I've seen other teams literally just leave the Chen in with the beast on their team, and I guess other teams are like not confident in the enemy team's ability to Chen, but of course, like you mentioned, there's Fly, so gotta look out.
Okay, so Timbersaw was banned, which kept an opening there for Quincy crew to take Alchemist in the second phase, but now EG has banned it, so no more Alchemist, gentlemen. So the other hero that comes to mind that both teams have played a lot is Medusa. That is the big carry. We'll see if it's ignored or if something else is taken instead, because we still, again, a lot of, I would consider tier 1 carries still available. I mean, only one has been taken out of the entire pool. So, like the Monkey Kings of the world.
One mid-tier carry that I just want to casually throw out, may not get picked, but I like the synergy between it and the Abaddon, is the Weaver with the old shield play. Used to have a lot of fun shenanigans back in the day. And we did see Weaver show up from time to time in the past week or two, but we'll see if Quincy or EG value this hero or not. For them, it's been more about what you've been mentioning, the raid boss type heroes.
Yeah, Weaver against Puck can be kind of annoying. I mean, it's all dependent on the positioning of Abaddon as the pseudo counter, but
I think maybe not so much now, but other than that pick, and maybe it's not so bad against Monkey King, I would be eyeing the Wraith King, just because Abba and Beastmaster like don't do anything to clear the skeletons. Some sort of summons hero on the side of EG would be pretty nice. But the nice thing about Monkey King, and presumably like part of the reason why they picked it, is because it gives them, like SVG says, these tools to, like, if there's some illusion or summon hero pick, then you just go Maelstrom or like Battle Fury on your Monkey King and you deal with it. So that's a really nice Monkey King pick. It blocks out a lot that could have been abused.
I mean, they have triple melee now as well, so Medusa is looking even better. Like,
so is
really
OD, honestly. Medusa. OD looks really good. I mean, you dumpster the Monkey King in lane, you just imprison Abba, and he can't do anything. Like, you imprison him during his ult, and you can save from the roar. The only thing is, like, you do need some summons clear, I think, on EG. Like, somebody's got to deal with these Beastmaster summons right now. Otherwise, you just get ransacked by this guy, Zoo.
I mean, have we seen... I don't think Quinn has played...
Oh, there you go.
Monkey King mid, right? Not yet, at least in the DPC.
Not the DBC, but he's a huge Monkey King mid spammer. So this is always
So that's
something
still
you
a flex then.
Yeah, you're gonna know like if you're EG from these pubs, like you have to look out for his mid monkey.
MSS Rubik, watch out, gentlemen.
He did win MVP with this hero.
Yeah, MSS's Rubik has looked like the best it's been for sure. So it's definitely something you do not want to underestimate when juggling around your own skills.
I mean, if you want to go mid Monkey King, then Medusa for Quincy Crew also. I think Medusa is either picked here by EG or just banned in the last phase.
Yeah, it's a good Dusa draft. I mean, bunch of melee heroes. Rubik doesn't really do that much to you. I mean, I suppose you can steal the Stone Gaze, but feels like they need some sort of like frontlining carry guy, some beefy boy, and Medusa is absolutely that.
You can toggle Mana Shield, right? To make him steal that?
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, there you go.
There it is.
There it is, and they're going to hold off on, I imagine, the Ice offlane pickup instead for the 5th and final crutch pick.
Yep, still could be the offlane puck as well, but we have... I don't know if we've seen Ice. Oh, he's played one puck game, actually, if I'm remembering correctly. But don't really remember the outcome. He probably won, considering EG's won most of the games.
So, Nature's Prophet still there for Ice?
How dirty, by the way. Something EG have not yet pulled out ever, but I want to just casually throw out. Meepo. Would we ever see them pull this out again? It's an Abed classic, and I know like maybe at times when you really need a win, I mean, and you one win away from securing a pass to playoffs. I'm surprised it's even at these kind of moments, these crazy last-minute pickups are not considered. I'm not trying to make a Hail Mary kind of call. I mean, they've already got a pretty greedy lineup with the Medusa here, but it's something that Abed is a specialty of, and I'm surprised EG have never considered whipping out. I wonder if it's something in the back pocket so deep that maybe major time they'll whip out, but you know, something that we've never discussed in probably the run of EG and NADPC so far.
I think Meepo feels really bad right now, just as a hero. Like honestly, all of these like cancerous last pick heroes feel really terrible. The Broodmothers and Meepos and Huskars, which good riddance. I'm sick of playing against those in pubs, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sick of it. It's a good patch.
The era of 5th pick crazy cheese specialty may be behind us then. Fair enough.
Seems to be. It seems to be. Yeah.
So looking at this last pick for a Quincy Crew, like you already have 3 melee against the Medusa. Do you have to avoid a last melee pick here? Like how important is that? Because again, this Monkey King can be flexed, so you're picking either a 1 or a 2 for this last pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mirana, we haven't seen as a core yet. We've seen it both games, but as support, I guess that was banned.
Honestly, I hear me out on this. I feel like it doesn't really matter for Quincy because like Monkey King spawns illusions, and like you say it all the time, he's basically a ranged hero. Beastmaster is summons, and then Abba's just like a spellcaster. So you actually don't have that many heroes that are like running in and trying to like click the Medusa from melee range right now. So
Necrobook's pretty damn good against Medusa as well.
If there's like any anti-mage game, like this is a pretty damn solid one for Quincy.
We've seen AM banned but never picked up. But
I mean, maybe not now.
Yeah, the root destroys AM.
Terrorblade has been another illusion core in Naga. Maybe faintly Naga picked, but some Terrorblades and other teams have been pulled out. I don't know if.
So I think you almost guaranteed around the monkey side lane now against the Underlord, just like dumpster this hero. And you actually, then again, I feel like what EG's trying to do is they're going to aggro again, and they're going to try to get the Underlord versus the Beast.
Jug.
They're definitely going to aggro.
Jug. Okay.
All right. All right, this is it. The hypest one to end it all. This could be the final game we see these two Titans play for a long while. Who is going to walk away with the W, though? Suns fan. Tell me.
If it's not Alchemist winning, it's good old Medusa. I'm going to go EG on this one, gentlemen. Against 4 melee.
I'm going to go
Monkey
Quincy.
King technically melee.
I feel like Quincy's got some nice early tower push, but then their late game's not that bad against Dusa. I think the monkey is nice in the mid lane. I'm going to go Quincy.
All right, we got another split over here. Let's quickly get into a break, but when we come back, we've got Lyrical Gods and Owie 2000 to bring you the coverage.
Hello and welcome back, everybody out there in Dota 2 world. The match that's striking the foundation of NADPC is going to continue on right now. We got Gods as well as Owie with me to break it all down for you guys. And Gods, we got to see the drafts. There's no Alchemist this time. He's gone, out of here.
Ban. See you later. No more Alc wins. Instead, we get the carry that everybody loves to watch, Medusa, instead. So, you know, it's one carry for another. And then we get another Jug game. So we're kind of seeing a very small pool of carries that these two teams seem to value the highest.
Absolutely. Well, that's sort of the own meta that's been built within this. Owie, is this kind of what you were expecting now that we've seen 2 games underneath these 2 teams? Or there have been some things that have surprised you so far from either squad?
Honestly, I'm not too sure what I'm expecting, so I don't know how to answer that.
But, I mean, like, is this series lived up to your expectations so far?
Yeah,
what
I mean,
you
I
were
think
thinking for
both teams are playing pretty well. I'm sort of zoning out because I was thinking how weird it is. Like, Alchemist's second phase, he wins. His first phase, he wins, and he's just unpicked on banned, right? Yeah. And like, it's sort of like, it's not an uncommon thing that happens in Dota either. Like that sort of pattern happens a lot. I'm wondering like how the teams are thinking about it. Okay, so I think Jenkins called this. Like, they're gonna go aggro with the Dusa in order to give Underlord a game. Because if you play against this Beastmaster, you need to you can't let him push your tower for free. Like, if he hits 6, kicks your carry out, and takes your tower, this is when the hero really shines. But I think Quincy crew are doing the right reaction to this. They are also going aggro, and I think Beastmaster should have a fine time in the safe lane versus Dusa CM. I think they should have done this game 1 too, actually.
Yeah, they take away that 1v1 where Ice has like a slight hero advantage and just, you know, ping advantage. He's just such a good 1v1 player, so.
Nice deny on the bounty rune with the boar.
Sneaky.
So done by last
Stun that shit, crit.
Oh, is he gonna
get there?
I'm greedy.
EG opting for Radiant every game. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, AUI. Why do you think, what are like the pros and cons? EG picking Radiant every game and Quincy crew prioritizing having second pick.
So I think second pick is generally seen as better right now, just because you have the 8th pick and then you have the last pick, which are generally seen as like the stronger picks. And Radiant is seen as having better lanes. I think EG plays a pretty lane-centric game of Dota.
Okay.
I haven't played in a little bit, so I don't know if it's changed at all, but that's my general idea.
I mean, it sounded good when you said it, so I'll just go with what you're saying. But we have a little bit also of a different matchup in the mid lane this time. Quinn playing on this Monkey King against Abed. This is a hero that I think at the start of the league, everybody was talking about. Everybody was saying this is the be-all, end-all hero, and it's kind of not been seen quite as much recently. But, you know, Quinn going to try and play it and get super active, probably play with that Aghanim Shard a little bit on the earlier side as well. Could be cool stuff.
Abed has gotten this early double wave on Quinn like all the games. It just lets him like trade regen for CS really well.
Bottom. Silence and some trouble.
That's a huge kill. So this lane bottom started with Underlord blocked more than the Dire, and on Radiant it goes into your tower. So he pulled the aggro out, which I thought was good. But then he firestormed the wave and the lane just pushed so far up. So now they have this like level 2 Abaddon. I think with Over Venom, Underlord can't play Dota. It's like a rough from bottom.
We saw that mid. Abed got the 3 stacks built up on him of Jingu, but then wasn't able to hit the Boundless Strike to get the 4th one. So well played by the puck in mid.
Yeah, it feels like Ice has no place to make here. He he almost gets a side pull off, tries to grab the range creep, and yeah, I think EG recognizing this are going to have to TP crit down bottom just to pull waves.
It is a good reaction.
Yeah, until this wave gets pulled back, there's nothing he can do.
It's good by EG, right? Like, they do this because they have the ward that sees a small camp. So crit hasn't shown here in lane at all, so he gets a free small camp pull off. Normally, if you know the guy is down there, you would like try to stop him from pulling with Abaddon. It's a good play by him.
You can see it was actually, believe it or not, MSS that pings out, hey, he's over there pulling your small camp from the other side of the map. Just recognizing the way that these things work as MSS after they're no longer there. Yeah. But mid, pretty even so far. Quinn with a couple more denies, Puck, a few more CS, but very, very even, at least in these early goings. We're gonna have to see how the mid game looks for both of those super active mids, though.
And you can see how this is sort of going to translate the Nyx having to TP. Because he TP'd, Dire's going to get their small camp to spawn, and Beastmaster is going to start to catch up. I think the CS was like 16 to like 5 top before he TP'd, but now Beastmaster is going to be back. The Rubik doesn't have to stand beside him to prevent them from killing him, so he's going to get solo XP pretty much till he's... I guess say like Rubik will sap like a couple hundred to get level 3, and then Beast will get 6 pretty fast. So a big difference for him.
You can see that definitely needed as Leslau, one of those heroes that they like to play around consistently whenever they get an opportunity to. And, you know, the potential for a kill onto Fly here if he steps too far out is definitely up there as well. So MSS is going to make that move over to secure some bounty runes, or rather the power runes. We'll see if they bring over LOA as well.
Yeah, definitely big to deny these runes. Both Quincy supports. Same as last game, we saw them securing runes for Quins. This time it's more about denying runes from Abed because Quinn does not have a bottle. He's going to orb himself down bottom. It spawns there, but LOA already there and waiting. Abed? Okay, he has a winning rift. Okay, he's fine.
Imagine, like, before that change, that would have just been a death.
Yeah, that felt like a bit greedy from Abed. I feel like he just needs to gamble and pre-camp one of the runes, so there's a 50-50 chance of getting a rune. But the way Quincy played it is that he had 0% chance to get a rune.
And these Quincy supports, they're just on the runes though. It's like hard as mid, honestly. Like you go there and their support hits you a bit, it feels really bad. So it's more like Quincy are playing it well than there's something. I agree though. Like if your support's checking bottom and their support's there and there's another support on top, you might as well just gamble and like both go to 1, right? And you have a 2v1 there at least.
Like
so
Nyx went bottom.
Right.
He could have pre-camped the bottom one.
Yeah,
probably not the
actually,
top one, but
right.
the bottom one he 100% could have gotten with the Impale.
Yeah. Quincy are very annoying about runes. They,
yeah.
And this team, like, if you look at their drafts and you just think about can Quinn rotate and kill people this game, it'll like determine like most of how their early games pan out. And I mean they've just been winning, so but it usually tells you a lot about a team.
Well, a very interesting series of events going on here as, you know, we saw a couple of movements over there trying to get the bounty runes in time. There is some pressure now being laid on the ISS. We haven't talked about it at all, but this ABBA has been looking pretty good for my money, at least.
Yeah, it is pretty solid.
What's the thought process here? Is it just like his prowess in lane, or are they playing mainly around the Aphotic Shield later? Quinn is just going to try and run away. Oh, wait a minute. Stun. Boundless Strike trying to get out. Abed still chasing. Waning Rift is up again, but they are not going to die for it. Okay.
Crit's still level 1. He's been doing a pretty good job just giving Underlord everything he can in lane. As a result, Underlord's actually doing pretty well. I think the Abaddon, it's like... He's surprisingly good in lane. He's really good in lane if you have a favorable matchup. Like they have a 2v1. You can see like at the start of the lane, they just straight up killed this guy and he's like pretty strong, right? Because it's good stat line. Shield's a pretty good spell. But really he's a boss team fighter. Like there aren't many 5s where you can play up and like give vision in fights and saves and not really be under any threat. He's like one of those heroes.
And just watching him play this bottom lane, messing with these pulls, constantly pressuring Ice has been very impressive to watch.
Yeah, honestly, Ice is getting like more than I thought he would have.
Quinn makes the rotation, recognizes Arteezy's just a bit too far forward, and now Boundless Strike. Oh, they interrupt. Abed, that might have saved it. Still has the lifesteal afterwards. Tries to live through this one. Does a little bit of mischief. Backing out, but the damage needs a couple more hits, and it's not going to be there. But still, they stop the pressure on Arteezy and keep him alive.
Monkey King just has a 10 armor, huh?
Right.
I was very fortunate he didn't die there. It was a good try on the Dusa. Good reaction by EG.
Does feel like, you know, in the end, like it doesn't benefit either team. Like both mid laners rotate for that play, and then Abed's right back to the mid lane afterwards to continue his farm.
I think Quinn lost a bit more resources, but Arteezy also lost a lot of resources, so like evens out that way as well. I think like it surprised me how well ISS is doing bottom, because we actually saw Yawar deny his own wagon bottom, which is like if you start in a 2v1 lane, like that wagon's your opportunity to put extra pressure on the map.
It's up top. They're gonna find
LOA
for a kill.
Sorry.
Yeah, they'll get both of them maybe. Oh no, LOA's getting out. Okay.
EG are adapting, you know. Every time they go for that pull camp, LOA messes with it. So this time they're like, okay, let's pretend we're pulling, and then they just stun him into a breathe fire and try and get the kill themselves.
Well, meanwhile, Over to the side, Abed here.
Gets the rune.
Able to get it, chase down, and the silence is there to get up to the high ground. You know, I think if there's one thing that I want people to take away from this game after watching 2 games so far in this pretty even start to this one, it's that the idea of like evil geniuses being the only good team in NA, people like just need to recognize that's not true. Like both of these teams have looked so good. They've
There are
looked
2 good
incredibly
teams
strong.
in NA.
Sorry. Come on, Curtis.
I think the RTs are good too. I just had to say it, you know, it's just there. You have to say it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Arcane Rune on that.
There are 3 other teams who have taken games off EG in this tournament.
That's true. Aslau, no mana right now to drop the roar down, and
Ooh,
he
they forced the
previously
puck
used
TP.
it. Oh, Coil.
Ooh, double
Chase
Coil.
looking for more. Fly is there with the frostbite, but the lift back onto Abed.
Trouble.
Dead. Leslau will fall, but they get the kill on the much higher priority mid. Very nicely done by Quincy.
The mid rotations are really determining this game. Like in both times, the mid's counter ganked, and they were able to. I mean, when Abbott he saved his Medusa, and this one like you get the kill in the mid, which is huge. Man, Medusa's like. Actually, she caught up in levels since Beastmaster died. But Beastmaster actually had 2 levels on her for a bit. And once Beastmaster hits us like level 7, level 6, it's really hard to stay in lane versus him, even as a Medusa. You think you're tanky, but you're just not. And he's going to come bottom with this roar, this next Necrobook. I think they're just going to kill this Pit Lord and try to take this tower. You have to Ice reaction.
We'll see how aware he is. He's got a ward down on the river, but he has not seen Leslau down here just yet.
In case
He'd love to get another fire out just to push the wave before ditching this lane.
In case anybody was wondering, that Monkey King did get that faded brooch. It was up there for a while. Finally gone now. But they're setting up again. Onto Arteezy. Pops the ulti. Quinn has to back away out of there, but there are a lot of heroes nearby, and Coil going to be dropped, but Wukong's command comes down. That's going to stop the pressure. Bottom, they kill Ice. Now going to pressure the tower.
That's a huge kill bottom. Yeah, Abbott actually used a Waning Rift to get his Coil off there, so he couldn't silence the ulti. Once that ulti came out, there's no way they could kill the Monkey King anymore.
It didn't even really feel like Quinn was trying to go in Arteezy there. When he jumped Arteezy, he was just like trying to force a rotation or some kind of a play because he had no backup. There was no way he was killing
Honestly,
Arteezy by himself.
That's a mark of a good player. I remember I played like a pub with GH, and all he did was he would poke people at their tier 2s. He was playing Tiny, just walk up to a tier 2 and force a TP. And like it completely changed the dynamic of the map for us.
Bottom.
Omni, they take down the healing ward afterwards, but you are right on top of them, and well, they have no mana for spin, but they should have enough with just the beatdown here. Ice still managing to live, actually.
Wow.
That's crazy.
How's this man
the
alive?
Necrobook didn't
Firestorm
die to
on the Necrobook?
Firestorm either, so he couldn't get the kill.
What's he doing?
This is crazy.
What? All right.
He saw the Rubik illusion and he thought it was a real Rubik, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I'm not sure, but
That's hilarious. Actually. Hey, Yawar, I sort of like this. He went Midas, but to make up for it, he went 3 points in Healing Ward. Because like you're gonna have less impact on the map with the Midas, right? But instead, if you have 3 points in Healing Ward, he just takes a tower with it. Imagine being able to get a Midas and kill towers.
Pretty freaking cool. A 2,000 gold lead now for Quincy crew, and they're holding on this top tower too.
I don't know what happened, but while that fight was happening bottom, Abed died top on Puck. So that's back-to-back. Well, his previous death was a while ago, but that's 2 deaths now.
He's level 7. It's like he's almost level 8 and Quinn's almost level 10. That's a big disparity right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's Rubik that's like catching up to him now. If MSS has Impale, if he has a good game, this is going to be super deadly.
And Mojo Rubik is definitely a signature hero on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I talk to him, he tells me he has like 50 signature heroes, but Rubik is definitely his signature hero.
That's classic.
All right, if you guys interview him after, ask him. Just ask him what his signature hero is.
Okay.
He'll get flustered because he thinks he has too many, but he's only good at like 1. Okay?
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Keep that in mind. He was already our, I think, DPC player of the week one week as well, wasn't he?
Correct.
And it was for his Rubik. I think there was a picture drawn of him playing Rubik, so...
Yeah, I think he got like 6 coils off an enemy. Puck got like 1 off. So sad.
Well, we've severely patted his ego at this point, so I think that we've done our job. But 7-1 start. And
yeah, this Beastmaster's gonna have Necro 3 pretty soon too. It's pretty early for a Necro 3. And this is Beastmaster started 3v1 in a safe lane, right? Like he wasn't like free farm or anything. He's just caught up really well, made a couple good rotations.
It really feels like that mid matchup has been the determining factor of this series. This game, Abed just a bit unsuccessful with rotations. Both teams prioritizing early vision, like putting those wards underneath the tier 1 tower's top, and Quinn just made the better moves around that top lane.
For sure. I think a lot of it is actually on Quincy Crew's supports. I think right now their main advantage over EG is that their supports are more active in the early game. They secure the runes better. It's like I wouldn't say that Quinn is necessarily better than Abed because I think they're both top class players. But how his team plays around him or how he utilizes his team is actually a slightly better, in my opinion.
Well, and I think that gets back to, again, what the panel was talking about, what everybody's been talking about. There's a team that's been together for a long time. They know how to play around their teammates. And now you can see up top trying to find this kill on the fly. It should be an easy peasy one.
They want two, though. They want Arteezy.
Thinking about it. Wait, Puck, though. They're waiting for him to move on in.
Oh, they're going to get Puck.
Oh, the catch, the impale. They roar it. Stacking up the stuns. That is not the way to do it.
Just a joke, guys. Just a prank.
I don't know about that one. Signature throwing going on right there.
Yeah, I think Arteezy was going to save him anyways with the Stone Gaze. The Necro Books weren't going to get their damage out.
So what happened there is he used Rubik Lift and he tried to lift him back into the Impale, right?
Yeah.
But if you impale him when the Rubik Lift is still on, it keeps him in place. So you have to time it like absolutely perfectly to get the lift back, and it was just off. If he gets lifted back into the Necrobook and Roar, he dies there, even with the Stone Gaze. It's a very close kill. That's like it's like surprisingly hard. It's like if you've ever tried to force that someone out of base and grip them with Lich. I don't know if I've ever tried that, but I just try that a lot. It never like goes as well as you hope it will.
How do you try that a lot? What the hell? What?
Because I buy force stuff on Lich, and I want to pretend to be cool. So I go for plays that shouldn't happen. And I have no force staff and my carry dies. And I say, why you feed, you know?
Okay, I gotcha.
Oh, silence on the Nyx.
Well, on the other side of the map as well, as they're trying to get that kill on the crit, it looks like Leslau likely to fall. So 2 simultaneous kills going on cross map.
In particular, these teams have been really good about the bounty rune smokes and plays. I think game 1, we saw like 4 fights from the 10 to 25 minute bounty runes. It's become a really big objective.
You can see Quincy almost expecting this walk, and they have sentries littered around this mid and bottom side of the map. They're going to be running out of sentries soon based on what the mini map looks like.
They do have a Necro 3 coming up, so it's sort of cool, right? Because they spam all their sentries to get map control, and then later on they can rely on this Necro Buck item, which they built all 3 games. Seems like they just have an idea about this item.
Looking very cool, and it forces these weird wards from Evil Geniuses up there where Tinker used to play at.
It's a good anti-Monkey King ward there, though.
Yeah.
It does have a Coiling Blade on Dusa, too. Oh, top lane?
There's going on him. Leslau here as well, has the roar, connects, Stone Gaze gets off. Jason thinking about it. Abed gets the jump away, and it looks like the pincer move is kind of coming from Abba moving around the side, but Ice takes them all and will walk away, and they will get out.
Pretty heads up play by Ice there. He actually TP'd there and then started channeling his ulti right away. Get them out. It would have looked more clutch if Quincy committed, but it was still, I think it was a pretty solid play regardless. Oh, smoke up from Quincy. They know that they chase them all top, so if you chase them all top, there's only like one place on the map you can go, right? Which is like your own jungle. They know they can pincer them here or like coral them in.
Ooh.
EG missing some ultimates too. No Stone Gaze, no Dark Rift.
Over here, waiting as the Boars head in. Down on the south side, they drop down the pit already. Quinn on front of everybody. LOA gonna take off that stun, but then get stunned again afterwards. Thinking about chasing this. Evil Geniuses just running away. I mean, they're just hurting them out of the area completely.
Yeah, EG's playing this pretty well. They're still going to lose their tier 1 mid tower, so Quincy get what they were looking for primarily, but
they traded that for a lot of space, you're right. Like Dusa got to push from, like usually when you TP to your safe lane, you get to push 1 wave because everyone will run at you as soon as you push this 1 wave because you're trapped there, right? But because they made so much pressure on the map, like EG, they were getting pressured, but they responded to the pressure properly and they saw all their heroes. Arteezy got to push from his tier 2 all the way to enemy tier 1. Forsic left, like do some damage. It was really good.
Does sort of give us the feeling though that they might try and go for more here again. Next round of items are coming up. Leslau gonna spot crit, and Abed there as well. This should be a lot of damage rather rapidly. There are some heroes in the area. Can't get there in time. Ooh, crit gets caught by his own impale, and they get them both. Nicely played. Quinn now on top of this puck, trying to get him a good stun. Comes out afterwards, and Abed eventually burning down to death. MSS gets the finish, and Crit also in trouble. Obviously, no TP means they'll be able to run down this Nyx assassin. Very, very nicely done by Quincy, although it did cost them the Beastmaster.
Oh, Mojo. Last kill steal. I don't know about that one.
The guys, I got my glimmer.
The first one was a style kill, you know. He pre-cast the orb.
First one was good. The second one was very Mojo.
Well, it is continued space for Arteezy, but this Jug is so far pretty heavily outfarming Arteezy with that Midas build.
Ooh. And they're gonna head into Roshan. They have a lot of buffs for this Rosh. I guess this is what else Abaddon 5 gives you, right? He gives you these objectives. Not many 5s do that with Enchantress Band.
Very nice. Cursed attack speed plus 60 for this one, paired together with
This
that
dying
Beastmaster.
fast. Honestly, like for 18 minutes in the game, this is really fast. I think something that people like, Juggernaut is actually one of these anti-super carry heroes. Like it's used as an alchemist counter, but it's also sort of a Deucer counter in the sense that even if they get 6 slots, like they will die in Army Slash.
Right.
It doesn't matter how many items you have. This multiplier is insane on this spell. It's like, and that's what, like, you know, you sort of expect Deucer to be the more farm one, but if Jug is more farm, like he might kill her in like a Swift Slash or just like with a spin build does a lot of damage.
True. Well, they spotted out some ancient stacks over there. Abed did. A smoke up comes now as 3 heroes in the mid. Going to start to head down bottom. Yor, gets stunned. Arteezy right on top of him, has the spin and trying to get out of there. Looks like he should be good. In fact, going to stick around.
You need to get out. I don't know if
smoking down there, Beast.
Yeah. Arteezy's already TP. Crit could be in some trouble. He's scouted by the Necro Vision.
Yeah. He has a Force Staff, but
attempts to get out. Roar is even going to be used. And that is enough.
This is the second time this happened in the series, but Quincy Crew. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
no. Call Quinn. Got him with the root, but I don't think
he has
they killed. They've got the
Is he
ATOS.
gonna
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, he's just fine. All right, he's just walking away. Abed doing Abed things, cutting ball wave. I think that's the second time the series has happened though, where Quincy got this Aegis and somehow the lanes.
Abed in trouble now. Chase down. Quinn got him. Oh my God, MSS.
No, Mojo thinks he's good.
Yeah, he does.
Mojo thinks he's good now.
You know what? I think he's good, so I'm okay with that.
Damn.
Yeah, but like you can see what happened on the map there. Like if your lanes are pushed in with the 18s gets Roshan, they're gonna run at you right away. We see a kill bottom, we see another kill bottom. It's like hard to take back map control. You basically have to throw bodies away just to get some lanes out, and that's what's happening. Like in a normal game, like there's no way Abed tries to go for this tier 2 cut at like 20 minutes, right? This is a play he's doing. Like the death looks silly, but it's like it's a forced mistake by Quincy Crew. It's not really a mistake by Abed, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. The correct play from both teams. You know, MSS looking for the pickoff because he knows that that's what they have to do. As
they'll look at Isis Ice top. I think they can kill him before he gets Oh, they saw the Monkey King on the tree.
Stun. Trying to chase. As the lift afterwards.
Stolen Dark Rift.
That's interesting.
I think if those creeps didn't see Monkey King, they could have TP Jug and the lure was dead. Like some Monkey stun into Rubik left. But since the creeps saw him, they decided they didn't have enough time before Dark Rift came off.
And look at these wards by Quincy Crew. They just spotted that smoke right here on this hard camp. Freaking
Jug
love
has
this one.
He has a shard now. Oh, they're telepointed to Hawk.
Oh, and that's gonna set up for a follow-up. LOA, not a bit too far, and Crit gives them the punish. Wait, looking for more though. Or chasing Abed. There's no way you get this, surely.
Get him. Well, that's the Dark Rift right there, still on Rubik. You don't expect that type of play. Crit makes the most of it, but honestly, I think that was pretty good for EG. Like trading a kill like that, seeing all the heroes. It was like a neat play by Quincy, but the Nyx gets the kill, so he turns it around. They have BKB first item on Monkey King. Wow. I think he understands that they have this like insane timing if he has BKB. Like he can't die with BKB this game. They have no physical damage right now, and they can just do whatever they want.
Pressure forward here. A 5,000 gold lead as they're trying to take that tier 2 tower. Have already claimed the outpost. And Evil Geniuses, the ways that you try and take these fights start to feel a little bit more sketch.
Top. You want to catch and find these pickoffs. They're showing Jug mid. It's very much like a decoy while they go hunting for this Puck. And Puck's about to go for another wave, I believe. Abed?
Oh, they got him. There's the lift. Roar afterwards. He's just dead again. Oh,
that's so cool. Like, Yuar's just showing mid by where the tier 2 mid tower was, like as if his teammates are behind him mid. They're smoking top.
There's a happy Jug game when they have like, what are they gonna kill your stop your spin TV with? You have to face you with Deuce or something, right? But he's playing it really well, like you said. I think like playing Dota like this, it doesn't exist anymore. Like where you're like hiding in the trees and split pushing. Like you can do it to try to set up a team fight, and they're doing it out of necessity rather than because they want to right now. Because you know Quincy Crew is strong with the Aegis, but it doesn't feel good anymore. And we're sort of seeing Quincy Crew. They're really good at punishing that.
I bet still no Blink Dagger. That's what he was desperately trying to farm while he split pushed. Would have made his life.
We have the Solar Crest coming up for Beastmaster soon too. That's going to be one amped up Jug.
Crit.
This oh sorry, go ahead.
He's just playing around his ward and trying to get these pushes, but if he's not careful and get out of here soon, he might just die. MSS is hunting.
Oh no,
They
Mojo's
spot
on the
him.
case.
Still
Got stun again.
That's the third time this game. Jukes to the side, able to get away from there. MSS, does he hit it? Oh, that's right on top. When he got out of there.
No, that was a
beforehand.
nice try. There was like a creep blocking him. He had to deny it first, and then it's like he almost got him, just barely, you know. Well, honestly, getting the stun is like pretty much worth more than the kill in my opinion. Like if he killed him there, but he didn't get stunned, I'd say that would be better for EG. Actually,
And
okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we see once again Quincy just with complete map vision. It feels like every single game they have this vision advantage with both through their wards and of course the Beastmaster this game.
Yeah, they're
Two
just
very
they're
deep ward
spamming
stock.
Necro 3, right? So it's like, I don't envy Fly right now. Like, it's a very hard game to play. He's a level 8 CM. He's trying his best to go vision. As soon as you get all vision, they run at you and they de-ward with the Necro.
Yeah.
Do you guys see this Impale range on Rubik? This is messed
Silly.
up.
Oh,
It's actually messed up. This is like the Lion 25 talent on a better stun.
The wrap. They're coming. Catch is already on the
God.
fly. The stun's not going to be there, but they got a bigger stun coming in a moment from the Rubik. Lift up afterwards if they want it. Arteezy walks back in. Coil down onto 2. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. They've already taken down the Underlord and the CM, and now hunting for more. Crit. Looks like he might be able to get out of there, but yeah, Quincy Crew just assert dominance.
They just know exactly where EG were. This ward by this Radiant Cliff. Like this is the second time they've used this ward in back-to-back games.
Maybe the last one was a misclick.
Yeah,
It's this time to put the high ground, huh?
yeah.
SVG is the type of player who, oh sorry, LA, he thinks about every ward he places a lot. Like that guy thinks a lot.
Well,
When they're
he's
going Deuce
right
ball,
on top of
he's dead.
Arteezy. He doesn't have a TP. They were just super prepared
God, they're
for him.
tipping
Dude,
him.
he was so alone. All right, MSS has literally tipped like the whole team at this point.
I'm pretty
Literally
sure everyone hates
styling
Mojo. he just makes plays, and then he thinks he's good, so he tips you.
Yeah.
What makes your right click do less? So you need that rapier this game for sure.
Already underneath this tower, Solar Crest, Beastmaster, now getting the bonus attack speed from LOA. Like Jug just hits so hard and so fast.
Low BAT plus like any sort of DPS buff gets amplified even more. I think the other thing is like, so usually if you have Puck versus Jug, Puck's pretty good versus Jug. You can build eggs, and also you can kill the healing ward with some like Orb out, blink and kill healing ward. But they have a Rubik who's like some instant cast stun from insane range. So I'm not too sure. Like they can actually go high ground on Quincy Crew as soon as they get this Nyx Roshan, which they will get soon.
I think your point about the range on the stun, the bigger one is that range on the lift. Like he's got the cast range talent, Aether, and also a keen optic.
It's honestly pretty silly how good this spell is. Like this Arcane Supremacy spell.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts. Oh, he has Firestone. Oh man, this is the best Rubik game. You're getting CM, Nyx, Underlord, and Puck. Like you can just accidentally click R on someone and you're gonna get a good spell.
In the meantime, EG, you can see where they're playing right now. They just don't feel like they have a chance at a game. Abed, oh my god, do they know about this?
They are pinging him
Oh,
They know a wave's about to come.
What? Are you kidding me? Dude, he didn't even
Any
get
tips
to
left?
Oh my god.
Mojo's out of tips, and no one else is Cantress. So.
Yeah, he's got no tips, but he's got the voice lines, you know. He's making up for it.
You gotta.
Dude.
Honestly, this is a good part of Dota to do. Like, if the stuff is there...
Dude, they got him again. Up top, Arteezy. He pops the ulti, spin away. So they force out the Stone Gaze at the very least. But, man. It does not feel good to play Dota right now as EG.
No, it doesn't. I mean, that was good for EG in that they have no Omni Slash, but the Butterfly versus Omni is really strong right now. I think the itemization from Yawar is correct, though. I don't think he has to itemize to deal with Dusa. Like, he will get his anti-Butterfly Dusa item when Dusa finishes her Rapier, probably. Because he's going to, like, MQB the same time Dusa gets her Rapier now, after Scotty. Because right now, like, Dusa doesn't do anything. So you might as well deal with everyone else and be tanky so you can't throw the game.
Quincy crew just seem in no rush. You know, they're going to have full map control at 30 minutes if they want to grab bounties, outposts.
I like the itemization from Quincy crew. It's they have the Solar Crest, they have this drums. You press your stuff on Jug, and he just hits like a maniac. He Omni Slashes someone, they'll die. I used to live there from Omni Slash, but if he Solar Crested drums, he's gonna kill her.
Able to steal Firestorm yet again from Ice. He's stepped just a bit too far down there, and the pressure is going to be mounted. They have that Aegis still on UR, ready to go at a moment's notice. The spin back, thought about going on to Arteezy, but not going to do it. Wait for round 2 again in just a moment.
Yeah, and they have so long left on this Aegis. They can just keep rinsing and repeating this.
God, 3 minutes, yeah. Holy moly.
They might back off for these bounty runes, and EG's actually smoked out trying to snipe this bounty rune.
A bit.
Okay.
Good coil, but dead again.
Oh,
dude, and he stole coil. Oh no. It's only level 1 though. Don't worry. Evil Genius says it's fine.
This Jug spin build is really fun, by the way. In the Blade Fairy, like, I don't know if you saw that, but he chunked Abid there while in spin. Yeah. He has a spin DPS as well.
Rooted. Art gets the shield, ready to walk back in.
Looking pretty good, right? Like,
yeah.
He doesn't do the sieges. He did pretty well in lane.
Chase down.
Crit just dying to Blade Fury.
He gets completely wrecked. Omni Slash backup, doesn't have the mana, needs 5 seconds away. When the lift up, they're dark drifting away inside their base behind the tier 4 towers, but Quincy crew just all over him right now. This team that has so long been the bridesmaid, never the bride in North America, and finally trying to take this one down here against Evil Geniuses. You are backs away again, and still hanging on to that Aegis.
Here. They don't have enough resources to continue. You know, Lal's just casually kills Quinn's tree.
That happens.
No, but that was really good. They got a crap up. But you can see the spin build. Like, he just kills a next 100-0 in a spin where you're magic immune. It's really fun to play. You guys should try it if you get a chance. Viewers out there.
Don't put those ideas in their head. I don't want to see it. It's disgusting.
Better
really
than picking
bad
Jugs
ideas
and
try.
some anti-mage or something, you know.
That's
I think a lot of pub players are happy to see a Jug on their team.
That's true. Every time I see an anti-mage, I want to report them, so... Oh, Sentry sees a courier? Free?
Oh, that's the Arteezy courier. They know Arteezy's going for this rapier.
Yeah,
now
that's a big kill, actually.
3 minutes without the courier.
It times out pretty well for him, because I don't think he'll go for rapier before, but now it's like guaranteed he won't have this item, right?
Yeah.
And, okay. So, it shows Roshan may respawn. Does it show... So this is
the 3 minute mark.
Early spawn.
So the 3 minute mark is when it goes away, and yeah, the earliest spawn would be at 0. That's the way it works.
I see. So it doesn't tell you like the random one, yeah.
No.
Up at bottom.
What can you do,
dude? It hurts. It hurts.
Playing like this just sucks, man. Like you're just split pushing waves. You're hoping they don't kill you. Honestly, it's more up to them than you. It's like playing on C9. It's not fun.
Oh no! What have you done? Trying to get Oryx back into this region, Howie. What are you doing?
It's like playing on NP.
There you go.
That's great.
And,
well,
next one moving in.
Arteezy's just camping the shop. He did buy the rapier now, so they've got it.
And Ice gonna drop. Didn't stand a chance. That rapier's there, but I mean, I don't even know if that's gonna be enough at this point. Like, he's standing by the tier 4 towers. Aegis down now. But Quincy crew not going to be denied. They walk forward. Oh no, the Omni Slash connecting onto everybody. Arteezy hasn't gotten a right click off with his rapier. Rapier down on the ground. Chase down coming through. And just like that, good game is called. Ultra kill for Yawar to end it. What a pretty showing from Quincy crew.
Fantastic stuff. And well-deserved win. Like both Game 2 and Game 3 just heavily outplaying EG, controlling the map better. And even Game 1, when they were down in the laning stage and losing, they looked like they were on the same footing as EG. So really impressive best of 3.
So good.
I mean, they played really well. EG, honestly, it's like they didn't play bad these games, I don't think. I think Quincy Crew's strength is just showing. Like, you think about EG's play, they that TP mid from Ice stands out to me. Those were some really good individual plays, but I think Quincy's teamwork was just on a better level this series.
And I mean, Parker, what does this sort of set us up for now? There's a lot of things going on about what this win would mean, obviously for the team itself, but the greater DPC as well. ADPC.
Well, with that, it's still pretty open. EG have won last series against the bottom team, so they're likely to go 6-1. But Quincy still have to play Undying. They still play Sad Boys. So, you know, they've beaten EG, the juggernauts of NA, but they still have to get the job done against some tough competition.
Absolutely. We got those games coming up in the next little while. So shout outs to Quincy crew, able to take it 2-1 over Evil Geniuses. Absolutely phenomenal showing. That game 3 also just like looked so clean. I did want to take a second just real quickly before we head on back to the panel that since this is the NADPC, there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world right now. Specifically in Texas, it's been hit by a really cold weather time. It's a state that's very much not prepared for it. And I just wanted to sort of extend this little offering to all of you out there. If you're doing well right now, if you have funds to spare, there's a lot of different charities, mutual aid funds that are aimed at trying to help people that are in need during this time. I've linked a couple of different places on my Twitter if you want to go check that out, but there's tons of info all over the internet. Do your own research to figure out what's best to
When it hurts like this, we hold each other high, but we fall 1,000 times. But I'd never say goodbye or ever leave this stuff behind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way. Yeah. When it hurts like this. When it hurts like this. When it hurts like this.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the monsoon. I know she got the good vibe.